Welcome to my hood. Where ain't nothing normal. You can take a walk in my hood. Where everything paranormal. Everything paranormal. If you're scared of dying, we got something for you. Open up the door, you can be immortal. If you really try to ride, step into the portal.
Buckle up, I'ma show you where it's at. We gon' burn a couple blunts, we gon' pop a couple caps. I ain't talking about 4-5s from the strap. Psilocybin driving, so we headed off the map. What you know about? Tasting color, seeing sound with a crystalline. Turning nothing into something when we alchemize. Vandalize the lies with the truth. Ain't nobody wanna take shots to this proof. All we ever wanted was the answers. Looking for unique, but our vision keep us phantom. Phantom black man, ghost writing in a pentagram. I'm from the place where our thoughts meet the program. Not too many open to the power that they hold. Just know that when we shine, it's the reflection of your soul. Supreme beings moving, watch the galaxy implode. We are not alone. If you not normal, welcome home. Yeah.
Welcome to my hood. Where ain't nothing normal. You can take a walk in my hood. Where everything paranormal. Everything paranormal. If you're scared of dying, we got something for you. Open up the door, you can be immortal. If you really try to ride, step into the
I gotta hold on to this feeling. I'll be seeing visions through the folds of the prism. Projecting all wishes, anything I want is given. Paranormal vision, you can call it supervision. Control the superstition, make them wonder how we do it. They seen us in the mud, now we out here making music with the paranormal movement that's stronger than what you deal with. If Jesus was just a fraud, then hallelujah for Judas. Caesar is not the mob, so it just had to be Brutus. They hate when we on our job, cause persecution is useless. Proof that what we doing is more than just making music. Utilizing the truth, drop it off in the hood. Show 'em what's really good, the feeling is understood. We know just what it means to get it by all means. Supreme beings moving, watch reality explode. We are not alone, if you not normal, welcome home. Yeah.
Welcome to my hood. Where ain't nothing normal. You can take a walk in my hood. Where everything paranormal. Everything paranormal. If you're scared of dying, we got something for you. Open up the door, you can be immortal. If you really try to ride, step into the portal.
It's my theme music. Every good hero should have some. Are you ready? Are you sitting back? Are you strapped into your chair? Are you ready for the experience that we simply call Paranormal Hood Live Radio? What's Hood Hoodies? Welcome to the Thursday night's Paranormal Hood Live Radio. We're live and direct in the Garden of Knowledge Studios, and I am, of course, your host, Jiggy.
I'm the Smoke King.
And you never know who may show up here in the studio tonight. They come, they go, they stop, they stay, they smoke, they talk. All that shit happens here. So if you're new and it's your first time, feel free to just get comfortable, get wet. You can sit on any one of these chairs or couches, grab a mic, talk, and have a good time. Because this is an interactive experience. How's everybody doing? Welcome to, just again, another show. We're here. We're live. Hello to everybody watching on Periscope. Folks on Periscope, just so you know, if you choose to want to chat, what I highly suggest that you go over to our YouTube live stream, because we cannot see your chat on Periscope. That's the only place where it's big enough where we can actually see the chat, and that's usually where it's popping anyway. So go with the same name, Paranormal Live Radio. We're live over there as well, and we'll only do Periscope up until we finish the news and take a break. So if you want to see the rest of the show and be a part of it, that's where I suggest you go. Before we get started, I want to send condolences and just a shout out to Littles. She's in the chat. She lost her father this week, so just want to send some peace and some love to you. Let you know that we are thinking about you, that you are in our hearts, and of course, always in our minds. So you're part of the family. So just know the family love is there, and we're here to try to support you any way we can. So sorry for your loss. All right, folks, what's up to Bay? I see Gran Mujer up in the chat room. Who else is up in the chat? Chat's already popping. I like that. That's why I say Periscope, go over to that chat, because that's where people really get to see it, and we actually get to see it. News Now, Skull Valley, what's up, brother? See you smoke. You got some good stuff going on over there, as we do too, of course. So, you know, if you're smokers, light them up, roll them up, get them going. Let's get this show popping tonight. I look forward to my Thursday nights with you guys. I apologize again if anybody a couple weeks ago didn't know I was sick. So it was actually a Thursday night when Jiggy wasn't here. It happens rarely. It's usually because I'm traveling. Even when I'm traveling, I try to at least call in and get some time in. But there's been a couple occasions this year where I've missed the show. And I hate missing the show because I love the fam. I love getting to talk all this paranormal talk with you guys. You know what I'm saying? Know what I mean? Tonight, just so you know, all about UFOs. It's all about aliens. But it's going to be real. Fact, fake, whatever you think. What's some of your favorite stories? What's some of the favorite things that have captivated you over the years? Maybe you can throw some of those things up in the chat. We'll check them out. They may correspond with some of the things we're going to cover tonight, or spark something I had or something else you may want to look at. So if you have some stories that you think that are genuine, authentic, that have happened, that you've read, saw, whatever, and got all into over the years, done some research on, please feel free to let us know in the chat what those are, and we'll see if there's something we've already done some research on. But tonight we're going to try to cover a few of those top things over the years that kind of sparked us and got us here, and where we stand on them now and how we kind of feel about it now. So that's what tonight's show is about. Please feel free to be a part of it. Okay? All right. So if anybody doesn't understand, or you're new, you've never seen the show before, let us explain to you one of the reasons why we're doing the topic tonight. When we do these topics and everything else we do tons and tons of research. Folks who've been in the studio, folks who've chilled with us, smoked with us, done research, they know we really do a lot of research, insane amount of research on the stuff that we talk about. But in that, what else do we look for? We look for that weird, that strange, that odd, that different, that not necessarily mainstream news. That news could be here on Earth. Yeah, I said Earth. I like saying Earth. Or maybe it's the moon, which is right behind me, where I say Michael Jackson's alive. He still resides. He's about to do his nightly performance. Or maybe it's Mars, the supposed red planet. Or maybe it's somewhere beyond, someplace we haven't seen. A planet that's out there. Something flying through space. Somewhere beyond our ability to see or know about it. But if it's out there, it's making the news. We like to find it, and we bring it to you on this segment of the show every Thursday night we simply call Smoke King's Paranormal News. So Smoke King, what goes on in our paranormal universe, omniverse, multiverse, verse Simmons, Batman versus Superman, whatever. Going on,
What's
man?
good, everybody? We'll start off with this right here. Ghostly goings on caught on camera at Nottingham Museum.
Oh shit! It's a go.
A new video appears to show some very ghostly goings-ons at the Mapperley Haunted Museum. Mapperley's Haunted Museum.
It's a haunted museum. It's haunted.
Shared online by Building Order UK Ghost Hunt. The spooky clip captured by a motion capture camera shows the handle of a Victorian-era hearse, which is one of the items on display at the museum, mysteriously swing up and down without an explanation. The black and white video has caused quite a stir since it was first shared, having been viewed thousands of times. Many of social media users weighed in on what looks to be like paranormal activity caught on camera. Wow, well caught, guys. That's brilliant. Another one wrote, great if it's real and no trickery. And you can watch the video. I watched the video, and it's hard to say, but there's possible trickery going on. It's grainy, kind of give grainy video and stuff, and you can kind of see the handle move up and down, but it looks like it might be being moved by something. Y'all can Twitter that shit or Google that shit later on. The Haunted Museum is housed in the former Old Majestic Cinema, which was open from 1929 until 1957. It later became a furniture store, which was eventually abandoned in 2012. It reopened as the spooky attraction last year. Back in June, a mysterious door was uncovered behind a plasterboard wall. It had been nailed shut and had finger marks around the frame. Museum owners opted not to pry open the door after many people claimed to feel uneasy when near it. Other creepy items on display at the museum include a morgue fridge from 1844 from an insane asylum, as well as a doll named Thomas who was created out of a dead man's bed bandages in the 1970s. Thomas is said to move all by himself and is also believed to pick up spirit voices. So there you go. Check out that video later on if you want to see. Like I said, it's only like a fucking 7-second clip, and like the handle, like it's really hard to see again because the video's grainy and stuff. I don't even know if the handle's really fucking moving.
Is that the rest of that story?
That's the end of that story.
I got a good one I want to jump in here with, if you don't mind.
All right, what we got over here?
Startup wants to display giant ads in the night sky using satellite constellations.
You are an idiot.
Starrocket, a startup in Russia, has announced its plans to display huge billboard-style advertisements in the night sky. They said they plan to achieve this by using an array of CubeSats, which are basically just satellites in the shape of a cube. See below. There's a video which I can't show you right now. They released a concept video using what appears to be the McDonald's and KFC logos to illustrate how it would work. The advertisements light up the sky and appear as new constellations. Vlad Sitnikov has spoken out about the proposed advertisements. He stated that commodification of the night sky is the next logical step in advertising, as we are currently bound by events and brands. Entertainment and advertising are what keeps the economy running, he says. Just as humans have planned to live in space, people like Stikhanov have planned to advertise in space. The launch of the orbital display, as it was called by Starrocket, is expected to take place in 2020. And it will start displaying ads in the night sky by 2021. The CubeSats will orbit quite low to the ground at an altitude of about 400 to 500 kilometers, 250 to 320 miles. So everybody here knows what that is. And will only be visible for around 6 minutes at a time. The exact cost of the new venture has not been disclosed as of yet. However, a pitch desk has said the brands will pay for their adverts because their ego is brighter than the sun. Randy Segal, an attorney for the firm Hogan Lovells, has commented on the legal and technological issues surrounding the space advertising. While it is technologically possible, the Russian startup may run into issues with the regulatory hurdles all over the world. It may end up so that the company is not allowed to display their ads over certain jurisdictions. However, that is a problem for another day. The main concern here would be whether or not the CubeSats will interfere with aviation, as they could have some potentially fatal consequences. While some scientists and citizens will probably disagree with this, space is one of the 5 global commons, and no one has a direct claim to it. Hence, there isn't much they can do if the company gets to go ahead from regulatory bodies. Alexei Skoropovsky, another member of the Starrocket team, said that the commercialization of space is inevitable. We've been saying that for a long time. And since they are only visible for a few minutes, scientists can use the time for peeing or having a coffee, as he puts it. This is definitely exciting news for advertisers. However, the public may disagree. I personally think this is a great idea to reach a large audience. However, the issues with aviation are quite pressing. I wonder what others will make of this eventually, if this eventually goes ahead. What do you guys think? Okay, I'm going to tell you what I think. First of all, you are an idiot. You really want... Okay. It's bad enough the shit that I like to fly and stuff like that, so I'm not going to get down on planes with chemtrails and all kinds of other shit and everything, okay? But now you want to literally put advertising in space. You want to take my beautiful fucking night sky, and I got to see KFC. We see enough of that fucking shit.
Exactly.
How the fuck do you need to crowd space now with advertising? You motherfuckers are assholes. Like, you are insane. Like, everything you could... You don't even need to do that anymore. You motherfuckers are in our heads. All this shit listens to us. We've proven it. We sat here, listened to a podcast, a Joe Rogan podcast, and he was talking about these fucking ceiling tiles. This dude literally shows me it on his phone. I go home, and all over my Facebook fucking ads for these fucking tiles, which I didn't search on my phone. He searched on his. You motherfuckers already know what the fuck we want, what we do. You have every kind of algorithm pattern to what we buy and shit. Do you really need to put some shit in space. Like, seriously, go fuck yourselves. Sorry, I don't want that. I don't need that. Don't mess up my sky. I don't care if it's for it's only a few minutes. You guys can go pee or fucking have a coffee or something. Well, you know what? No. Don't do it.
You suck,
Fuck that
you jackass.
Epic fail.
Sorry about my jiggy rant.
You are one pathetic loser.
Don't do it. All right.
All
What
right,
else is in the
let's
news?
see. Footage of a Turkish UFO incident showing 2 aliens. Uh-oh. This is one of the best UFO videos out there because you can see the actual alien in the UFO looking through a window, and it's just mind-blowing and very similar to what we subconsciously think aliens look like, with the big teardropped head shape. Turkish government has declared this UFO video as real and authentic, which lends a degree of evidence and proof of the whole story. It has been investigated by near enough every single self-appointed authority and well-respected graphic design teams, as well as video and film analysis, who all agree the video is 100% real or authentic, to use the proper term. Here's the amazing video along with the stills of notes show the alien going about its business, whatever that is. The video, if its contents are real and was not a massive hoax, then it shatters every known belief, including religion and mankind's backstory. And yes, it absolutely points to the possibility that space is teeming with alien species of all kinds. I mean, all kinds of aliens, from very tall to very thin and everything in between. Here's the amazing video. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, Dr. Roger Leah writes, the stills and video you are watching is the clearest and the best close-up of UFOs off the coast of Istanbul, Turkey. There are videos of the sightings for the years 2007, 2008, and 2009. The footage has been analyzed by the organization of the Turkish government. It has been deemed genuine footage of an alien craft. In Turkey, in the early morning hours of May 13, 2009, a video captured a UFO with 2 aliens were clearly visible through a window on the craft. Oh, now it's 2 aliens.
It was. I remember this, suppose, yeah.
Now the Turkish government has confirmed the authenticity of the video. Bizarre settings apparently happened around 2:20 a.m. The video shows an eerie flying object hovering in the skies, and interestingly, 2 aliens sitting in the UFO were clearly visible in the footage. Yeah. I don't know what it is in the sky, but this is not fucking aliens.
They're here.
It looks like a plane.
I don't know if I've even seen the video, so whatever.
And I'm gonna watch the video here real quick.
Oh yeah, I remember. That's the Turkish one. Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
And you can see something, but I mean, you can't clearly see that fucking. You can see that. They're not. You can't see make them out doing anything. There's something there in the
They're
middle
looking
of
at
it
you,
and
looking at
stuff
them,
like
looking
that.
at you.
And it's a grainy, shitty ass fucking video. I don't even know if this is in the fucking sky right now. Like, where is this fucking video pointing?
Oh.
Supposedly it's in the sky,
Oh.
but I don't know. Y'all can check that video out again.
Almost 10 years old.
It's an unidentified flying object, but is it proof of fucking aliens? I mean, that just people's imaginations just start to run wild there. And yeah, there's clearly something there, but I don't see 2 beings in there fucking flying a craft and shit like that.
Anything's possible. I got another story
I
here.
have to look into that one a little more on that one there. Go for it.
Football fans enlist psychic to help team win in the playoffs. A pair of football fans fed up with their favorite team's futility in the playoffs enlisted a psychic medium to cleanse their home stadium of negative energy.
You're an idiot.
According to a local media report, the odd endeavor was the work of 2 Kansas City Chiefs devotees who run a website dedicated to the team. In anticipation of this coming weekend showdown between the Chiefs and the Indianapolis Colts, the duo journeyed to Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, where the game will be played.
Epic fail.
And took a tour of the facility alongside psychic medium and bioenergy healer Vicky Millard.
You are one pathetic loser.
Never heard of her. During their excursion, Millard purportedly had a number of paranormal experiences at the stadium, which she believes may explain why the team has been notoriously unlucky in the playoffs. Chiefly among them was an alleged encounter with the ghost of Hank Stram, who had coached the team to a Super Bowl win in the 1970, but was unceremoniously fired 4 years later. Upon his passing in 2005, Millard said the previously disgruntled coach made amends with the team and returned to the sidelines in spirit form with the hopes of helping them to achieve victory. While skeptical observers may attribute the psychic's insight to foreknowledge of the team's past coaching drama, another incident during the visit suggests that she may have been getting messages from the other side.
You suck, you jackass.
As the tour group was walking through the stands, Millard suddenly felt a pain in her right leg and noted that there was some significance to the fact that they were in section 111. It was then that one of the fans marveled that his father had died this past November 1st and had actually had his right leg amputated earlier in his life. Okay. Capping off the visit, Millard physically blessed the stadium and eradicated any curses that may have been lingering over the facility. She also advised fans to show more appreciation for the departed. Stram so that he would feel compelled to tip the scales in the team's favor from the other side during the playoffs. It remains to be seen whether or not the medium's machinations will prove successful, but should the Chiefs wind up scoring by way of bizarre fluke, she's probably permitted to perform her own touchdown dance.
Shut up.
Okay,
You are one pathetic loser.
and I'm gonna hit you with a... Remember the curse of the Bambino and all that type of shit? And the Red Sox, actually, they're still currently the World Series champions. Just all these curses. Who's Vicky Millard? I guess, whatever, man.
I don't know. All right, here. I got a good one here. This is a great one. We'll be giving out a lot of awards tonight. A pastor claimed that he went to hell and he killed Satan.
What?
You're an idiot.
I guess Satan's dead, everybody.
Ah, shit! It's gonna party now. Ding dong, Satan's gone.
Pastor
Satan's
Maboro
gone,
claimed
gone.
on his Facebook page that he went to hell and he killed Satan. On a post that was later deleted when people started asking questions, the pastor claims God sent him to hell to get rid of the world's #1 enemy, Satan. He wrote, "When I got to hell, there was a queue of millions of people waiting to be berated by Satan. I even saw some prominent South African politicians. I was so shocked they lived like angels here on earth. I thought they went to heaven. When Satan saw me, he panicked and directed his army to kill me. Like Samson in the Bible, I defeated them. Satan was my last victim." He received a barrage of insults and condemnation from people who told him to stop misleading people. The post went down after an hour. It is not clear whether he will post it again or not. His claims comes months after another equally controversial pastor claimed he went to heaven and took pictures with Jesus. At the time, the pastor claimed that the exclusive photos would only be released to select few members after, of course, a fee was paid. He later released photoshopped images to prove this is one of the photos he released. Yeah. That's him and
You
Jesus.
suck, you jackass.
That looks like he went to the mall, and you know how they
You pick a background behind you, and then they take your picture, and you
do you
put a
have
little
the
photo
heaven
on it.
background? I want to take a picture in the middle of the heaven background and make myself look like Jesus, like I was in heaven. Do you have that background available, please? Thank you. Very nice. I'll take this picture now. Okay. Any more to his story?
Well, that's it for that one. So.
Yeah.
Right. He didn't come back with like, you know, Satan's head or something, you know, a horn.
And wait a minute, but
His
if he
pitchfork.
eradicated Satan, why is there still evil and
Evil
stuff?
and everything.
Shouldn't
Yeah,
that thing be gone?
But yeah, shouldn't all that?
Shouldn't this be peace and love? Shouldn't we all just be like playing harps in the street and listening to music
Yeah,
and
fucking
stuff and
angels
sharing
flying
wine
around
and
and
stuff?
fucking
And God should be sitting up there like
turning
laughing,
water
like,
into
ah,
wine
everything's good
and
now.
living,
right?
living great. God's
Yeah.
gonna come down and be
Yeah.
like, hey, Satan's dead. Thank you, Pastor fucking Mumbai, or whatever your name
You
was.
hook it up. Thank you, son.
You are a huge
Awesome. You did what I couldn't do.
Hell yeah!
You are the man.
All right, here's some interesting news. Mysterious fast radio burst detected from deep space. Don't look now, but Earth is being bombarded with mysterious invisible light all the time. And among the typical array of radio signals and microwaves cast out by distant stars, black holes, and other celestial bodies, there exists a brand of intergalactic light that consistently boggles scientists' minds and their instruments. These signals are known as fast radio bursts, or FRBs. The ultra-strong, ultra-bright radio signals last only a few milliseconds, are thought to originate from billions of light years away. Though their precise sources are known, aliens have not been ruled out. The mystery is partly owed to a lack of data since astronomers first discovered FRBs in 2007, and only about 60 of them have been observed. Now those numbers are growing fast. According to two newspapers published January 9th in the journal Nature, scientists working with the Canadian Hydrogen Intensity Mapping Experiment radio telescope in the hills of British Columbia have detected 13 new FRBs in just a 2-month span. Among these newly captured signals are 7 bursts that register at 400 megahertz, the lowest FRB frequency detected so far, and for only the second time ever, a FRB that flashed repeatedly 6 times in a row.
They're here.
Until now, there was only one known repeating FRB. Ingrid Stairs, a member of the CHIME team and an astrophysicist at the University of British Columbia, said in a statement, with more repeaters and more sources available for study, we may be able to understand these cosmic puzzles, where they are from and what causes them. Scientists have a few theories about those origins. Previous studies have suggested the FRBs may be the remnants of distant supernovas or radiation spewed out by supermassive black holes. Avi Loeb, a scientist at the Harvard-Smithsonian Center for Astrophysics, who was not involved in the discovery, has said that we shouldn't rule out artificial origins like the pulse of an alien spacecraft. These newly discovered signals could help scientists get closer to an answer. For starters, the existence of repeating FRBs like the one captured last year could rule out some possible origins. These repeating signals flash from the same spot in the sky for an estimated 1.5 billion light years away, 6 times over the course of several months. According to the study author, this delayed repetition rules out cataclysmic events like supernovas as a likely source of the repeated blast, as bursts from an exploding star would be expected to happen just once. Moreover, the CHIME team's new discoveries suggest FRBs are probably far more common than current technology is able to reflect. The fact that 7 of the new bursts registered at 400 megahertz, the lowest frequency the telescope is able to detect, suggests that FRBs with even low frequencies are likely zipping past our planet all the time. We just aren't able to see them all the time, or to see them or pick them up.
They're here.
So,
Alien transmissions.
could be. Anything's possible. 1.5 billion light years away. Ain't anywhere near us, though.
Nope.
Nope.
They're just saying hi. You might be picking up their...
some signal. What it is, we don't know.
Might pick up some music. Might be their radio station.
All right. Let's do this one here. Where is it?
Hi.
We talked about this one a little bit the other night when we were doing a little test show, but we'll do it for everybody else right now. 100% proof that intelligent aliens live on the planet Mercury right now. I have a lot of fun searching for structures in NASA, the ESA, and the JXA photos. I feel real high every time I discover a new alien structure. The more clear and focused the structure, the bigger the high. Who needs drugs when you got such an amazing reality all around you? No one can hide the truth 100%, and here is the proof of that. I have discovered a long black structure in a crater on the planet Mercury. The structure is non-reflective black. Stealth black, probably, so it won't reflect radar and so it won't stand out. But I found it. You see, even aliens have enemies. They are not hiding the structures from humanity. They are hiding them from other alien species that may target them.
Racist
yes,
bastards.
even advanced alien species have problems with one another. Call it cultural or racial discrimination, but it is there. They are not perfect, and many have not conquered their own desires yet, having not learned how to control many of their emotions. Your friend and anomaly finder.
Guess who, y'all? Come on.
Y'all
Anybody
know
know? Y'all know who?
who? Scott C. Warren. Oh shit.
Yes, that dude.
Oh man.
You are one
And y'all
pathetic
can go to his
loser.
website. Y'all could go and Google the video later on and hear him and see the picture. But it's absolutely, I mean, okay. What he finds, he does see something that is a little bit anomalous. Okay, is a little out of place. Okay, point
One of
that
these kids is
fact
doing
out.
his own thing.
That's great. Cool. You found this thing. Looks up. It's a little out of place, and then there's a whole bunch of, you know, the blocking and stuff, and people claim that their NASA's blocking stuff out and everything. Then there's this big whole trail of that all over here and stuff. They're like, yep. He's like, look it, they're blocking that out. Okay, cool. I could say, okay, yeah, maybe it's a little anomaly. Blocking some shit out here. Missed a little bit here, maybe. I don't know. Plausible. But then to go and say, yeah, it's an alien base. They use reflective fucking black paint. Stealth black paint, so that the other aliens can't find them because they're, you know, they're hiding out on Mercury because, you know, all these aliens are fucking racist with each other and shit like that. Where does that information come from, Scott? I hit you up. I messaged you.
He's got a source.
But
He's
you
got an
don't.
inside
He's
source.
got an inside source.
He's
I
got
guess,
a bunch of
on
sources
Mercury,
he can't talk
him.
about that. Tell him this stuff.
And they're using stealth black paint. Yet we can pick it up.
But
with
just
fucking,
if you think
our
something
regular-
anomalous,
our-
just
our
why
regular
make
cameras
this
pointed
crazy
at Mercury?
backstory, insane fucking backstory to that shit? Like it's always some over the top fucking story that the aliens are racist and they're hiding because they're hiding from the massa, the ones who were slaves. They got away. They went to the underground space railroad and ended up on Mercury, and they don't want them to see them. But you Earthlings with your random fucking bullshit old ass technology that's supposedly nothing like this technology because they're living on Mercury, especially, can see that. We can see it though. Well, I'm sorry, no.
Yeah, we
Scott
could. Yeah,
can see it.
we could see that shit. Yep.
And they blocked out everything but that one spot. The guy who was, it was actually like right before his break, the airbrush guy who airbrushes and blocks everything out for NASA and all these fucking organizations. It was right on his break. So he's like, I gotta go take my break, dude. As long as I get my
he
break.
was rushing. He's like, I got,
Just
boom,
put it up.
I'm done.
Put it up.
Go ahead, it's good to go.
They're not gonna notice that one little space
Oh,
right
fuck,
there.
no, I missed a spot. That's alright, they won't notice that. It's just the stealth black fucking alien base. Nobody's gonna see that because
Yep.
it's stealth black. Oh, guess what? Scott C. Warren, he found it.
And now the racist aliens are going to find
They
them.
found it. Can you believe that? Now I know. This dude be blowing up the alien spots and shit
Yeah.
now. Look at that dude. Fucking what are the
Yo, he's a
what are
snitch,
what are the fucking racists on the
Yo,
fucking
he's a
aliens
snitch.
and shit?
He's a
As
snitch,
fucking
yo. He gotta get got.
monitoring his
he need to go, like,
website and
space
shit.
jail,
Now
let
they're
them
like,
deal
oh,
with
we
him.
found him.
Yep.
We located them. They fucking, and now next week Scott's gonna be like, alien war going on Mercury.
They found him. They found him. They're there.
That base I pointed out last week. Look, it's been nuked.
Yep. Damn, my bad. Uh-oh. They were hiding for a reason, Scott. If they're using jet black, stealth black on Mercury,
they gotta
they
go
hide.
up
Now,
their
you
spot
done called
for
them all out. Because you know the other aliens are monitoring what goes on here. You know they're probably monitoring your account because you always find all this anomalous stuff. So, now you done got these motherfuckers fucked up. It's all your fault, homie. That's all I'm saying. Alright. I don't know what else to say. I'll give him a double. Anything else in the news, sir?
Oh yeah.
Oh, we got more news. The news is hot tonight. 2019 is with a bang already.
All right. The Abu Ghraib solar temple was a stargate or a stargate of extraterrestrial beings called netters.
Like NETTERSs?
Mm-hmm.
Will they use nets?
Maybe, I guess. I don't
That's
know.
how they capture their prey.
The Sun Temple of Abu Ghraib could be considered an ancient stargate, star portals to get in touch with the divinities and extraterrestrial beings. What the fuck is going on there? I'll fix that in a minute.
Okay.
The ancestral traditions of the Egyptian natives and the new research on the so-called Sun Temple of Abu Ghraib describe a function of stargate created through the harmonic resonance of the temples. Such stargates would have allowed contact with ancient deities or astral aliens. Abu Ghraib solar temples are located about 15 kilometers from the pyramids of Giza and a part of the pyramid complex of Abu Sir. They were built with limestone, red granite, and alabaster. In this locality, 2 ruins have been discovered, that of the Nisiria and that of Uzarkaf. The solar temple of Nisiria was excavated between 1898 and 1901 by the Egyptologists Ludwig Boracchi and Heinrich Schaffer.
You're doing a good job.
The Temple of Uraska was excavated in the 1960s. The Solar Temple of Nisaraza is the best preserved one. According to archaeologists, its ruins show a configuration similar to that of the other solar temples in Egypt, a huge central obelisk and an altar to perform rituals, with both buildings surrounded by walls. The temple is arcane and quiet, with several buildings that draw attention to its size and its precise design. The obelisk was tall and massive and can be seen in its foundations in the rubble of the area. It's thought that it could have been 70 meters high. The large front altar is impressive since it has a hypnotic geometric design. It has been linked to sacred geometry. The solar temple of Abu Ghraib could be stellar doors of extraterrestrial beings called the Netters. Archaeologists have concluded that the temples was built by the pharaohs of the 5th dynasty in 2400 BC, around about. The purpose was for funeral ceremonies dedicated to the god Ra. However, according to the indigenous traditions, these temples are more ancient and the pharaohs have only restored and preserved them. Abdel Awan Hakim was the scholar of indigenous tradition of Egypt, in particular of the ancestral folklore of Kemet, and the first ancient name of Egypt. Ayawan Hakim said that Abu Ghraib was designed to raise levels of spiritual awareness through harmonic resonance, a process of harmonic energetic amplification that would be generated by the vibrations of alabaster buildings such as the large altar and geometric platforms that lies ahead of the obelisk pyramids. Is it an obelisk or is it a pyramid? It's a big difference. There's a difference there. This level of consciousness would allow us to come in contact with netters who would be a kind of extraterrestrial beings or entities of sacred energy in the universe. Dr. Stephen Mallah is another Egyptian folklore scholar. He was a student of Hakim Ayawan. Oh, now it's Hakim Ayawan, and before it was Ayawan Hakim. I don't know, yeah, but they switched their names up over there and stuff like that, so who knows. In his book, Land of Osiris, he tells a legend that describes of a type of landing of the netters which appear in physical form in the same location of Abu Ghraib. Surely the Egyptian traditions could describe a stargate or a door of the stars because they speak of contact with extraterrestrial beings or extra-dimensional through a portal created with harmonic resonance. Archaeologists think there may have been many more of these temples in the area. The solar temples could be considered ancient stargates to come in contact with divinities and extraterrestrial beings. The ancestral traditions of Egyptian natives and the new investigations on the so-called temples of the son of Abu Ghraib describe a function of stargates created through the harmonic resonance of the temples. Such stargates would have allowed contact with the ancient deities. Now it's just starting. Why does it just repeat? Stargates in one area. There's just so many people going through. They were like, "Oh, we got to build another one." Like, you know, you
armies, dude. You got to send a whole.
like,
lot
you know,
of
you got a lot of fucking this. The train station's real busy here, so they're like, "Oh, we got to build one."
Some might have been bigger for
here,
other things, you know.
No,
some
they
might
go to
some
different
people.
locations, maybe. Yeah, I don't, you know, I guess, you know,
Anything's possible.
on there and everything. Yeah, as it being a Stargate or something like that. Especially that one. I mean, yeah, what do they stand in the middle and then fucking just poof disappear? Is it like fucking on Stargate and they step into the fucking little teleporter thing and they just beep up? You know, usually they use the circle thing like the, you know, from the fucking
By the
show
time you
Stargate.
bend down to grab that case, you look up, you're there.
You know, they usually use the circle fucking thing and everything like that fucking, you know, like that fucking stupid picture right there, which is fake as fuck. You know, I love how they always superimpose a metal fucking a Stargate in front of around this whole entire fucking area is all stone, and then there's this fucking, you know, this metal Stargate that's fucking got blue light coming out of it and stuff. It's always blue light.
Looks like water. It's fluid.
All right, let's see here, and yeah, sure, that's it for the week.
That's the news, folks. We're gonna take a break, play some music. Don't go too far. We come back after the break. We give you a chance to roll something, smoke something, hit the head, and get ready. Then we're gonna come back tonight, and it's UFOs and aliens, folks. Real, fake. We're gonna talk about some of the stuff that inspired many of these shows that we've talked about over the years, and maybe take a different look and have a different perspective on some of these things. So, you're also in the chat. Let us know, what are some of your favorite, like something you just really believe is real, like a UFO sighting, alien happenings, whatever, something you've come across. What's got you maybe into this paranormal, some of the shit that you do, or maybe you don't believe, maybe you never believed any of this shit. We're going to talk about it tonight. Don't go too far. Everybody on Periscope, we're going to shut down Periscope. We may come back on, but if you guys want to go over to YouTube, we'll still be live on YouTube, Paranormal Hood Live Radio. The chat and everything will be up. We're going to take a break. You guys don't get to hear the music and all that type of stuff, so it doesn't make sense to kind of carry you guys through the break, all right? But everybody on YouTube, don't go too far. It's Paranormal Hood. We'll be back. Y'all come back now, you hear?
I looked inside and realized everything in life is intertwined with divine orchestration. Many revelations I've seen have led to persuasions of consciousness elevation, and it's all cause of meditation. See, we slaves in the system, though simultaneously we gods in training that keep maintaining or constraining ourselves to attain new inspiration. Check it. Deoxyribonucleic acid. Your DNA contains within it ancient wisdom that can flow through every facet of your mind, of course, your divine, of course, and all your ancestors' experiences are embedded within the fabric of your essence, and it's a blessing, but yet you stressing because you look for solutions externally. You fail to realize all the answers to your questions lie internally. You need to meditate to activate your DNA and watch how you acclimate your demon ways to the truth, young God. Now on the count of 3, we about to elevate your DNA to a whole nother level. 1, 2, 1, 2.
What up? What up?
3, 3, 3. Humans, gather around and hear the sound. Let's go. My DNA activated, yo. Now my ego is mutilated, yeah. Got my spiritual elevated, while my physical meditated, yeah. My DNA activated, electromagnetic light, double helix to 12 strands. I've tripled my sight. I see fire inside my soul. I spit fire through every letter. Desires to get higher done turn me to something better. Like the shredder, I be shining on these ninja turtles. But I'm Master Splinter. Where the fuck my ninja turtles? Check my team, we the bomb. We glowing like we neon. Dope music, what we be on. We infinite and beyond. Metatron's cube, hater, don't be transforming. See, we came to spread the love and it's going forward. Now get ready, humanity, we gon' heal the insanity. Blending fire with your soul as travels through your anatomy. You can't body me, my mind crystalline, homie. We are one, we all connected, but I'm one and only being up, be bobbing and weaving this light I'm perceiving. That got me achieving my purpose with reason. I'm feeling this beast, I'll be killing this cause my DNA activated, yo. Now my ego is mutilated, yeah. Got my spiritual elevated, while my physical meditated, yeah. My DNA activated, yo. Now my ego is mutilated, yeah. Got my spiritual elevated, while my physical meditated, yeah. Okay, I'm ripping this verse. Better be careful, I set an example. I'm cosmic and I came from the universe. Hot like a candle, I came to dismantle the lies and give you the truth till it hurts. You cannot fuck with me, but you should fuck with me. Together we can no handle this fuckery, whoa. We can no handle this fuckery, whoa. We powerful, time that you know, Don't get attached to the physical mind, time to let go. We writing hieroglyphics, you don't understand this, then you too acidic. Gotta alkaline and turn into a mystic, homie, I'm realistic. And you gotta get with the wave. I refuse to be a slave. I create tsunamis and no one above me, I be spitting water for days. Poseidon, you haters, I'm blocking invaders through astral realities. All emulators will die and rise like a phoenix. With fire and light and the aura so bright, we surpassing Anunnaki beings. I splice through genetics, creating prophetically. Transcending hell while I'm breaking the spell as I do it so well, I'm breathing energetically. Whoa, let me breathe, I be Fibonacci creating the slow, I'm amazing to feel the sensations of unification. My humans relating, it's cause my DNA activated, yo. Now my ego is mutilated, yeah. Got my spiritual elevated, while my physical meditated, yeah. My DNA activated, yo. Now my ego is mutilated, yeah. Got my spiritual elevated, while my physical meditated, yeah. Hey yo. If you ain't vibing with this track, then go back to sleep. I guess you just ain't ready this time around. Maybe next time. Yeah. DNA activated. Woo! Gods and goddesses, you are now activated.
The weak heart, them a go run. The warfare over and done. No more bombs, no guns. The age of peace has come. We are children of the sun. Royal daughters and sons. God's source where we come from. One is all and all is one. Always be aligned, not all I see is signs. I'm not confined by no space or no time. Everything is ours, but nothing's really mine. Separation I don't find in my body, soul, or mind. Trinitized, 3 in 1, 1 in 3 intertwined. Niggas I Selassie, I live it every time. Royal I and I, peaceful and dignified. Integrate the outer with the inner side and arrive at 0 point. Mount Zion I revitalize. Now my cells glowing like a fireflies. Who is in for a surprise when you open your third eye? On some ayahuasca, DMT, peyote, psilocybin. The weak heart, them I go run. The warfare over and done. No more bombs, no guns. The age of peace has come. We are children of the sun. Royal daughters and sons. God's source where we come from. One is all and all is one.
Yeah, that's right, we are royalty. Anointed by the oil from the royal priest. We got loyalties to what they wrote in geese. Militant life, so we wore fatigues. Ice green and gold mark on the sleeve. Honoring the king cause he honor me. 3 in a 1, 1 in a 3. Might and the power of the Trinity. Call it synergy, find your energy. Find your inner God and your inner chi. Your divinity, your identity. Find where you're going, what's meant to be. Took a long time to make sense to me. Cause I never get past the discrepancies. But eventually, well I mentally prepare to take flight and I set the lead. No war, no guns, no bombs, more jobs. Hold on, let's all be strong. More love, no hate, more faith, no fakes. Locate your inner gong. More peace, less beast that feast on concrete streets for way too long. At least the east is reaching out and take us in a bomb.
Heart, them I go run. The warfare over and done. No more bombs, no guns. The age of peace has come. We are children of the sun. Royal daughters and sons. God's source where we come from. One is all and all is one. Things and times don't change, but still nobody cares. People and places disappear, but I am still here. watch the beer, then Jah will be there.
I get a different reaction. I live my life by the laws of attraction. Different reaction. I get a different reaction. I live my life by the laws of attraction. Different reaction. Let's get it. Been feeling like I have seen so many faces stuck in the matrix. Don't know if this song may go over your head, but fuck it, I'll take it. I've been taking action for all my people. I do this with passion. I've been attracting alien life forms with different reactions. I make music for the soul. I came to empower and take back control. Oh, homie, you didn't know that crystalline gold that came with these flows. I like for you all to perceive a new way you're living, a new way to do this with ease. 28, but I'm ancient. I've been existing ever since existence has came to fruition with premonitions through my intuition. Out my mouth depicting only truth. I am a god of war, Aries. I do not lose. I manifested as cruise. Still the sensations flow up. Your 33 vertebrae. I know you heard of me. Time that you heard of me. I be the infinite one, the one that gazes at the sun. I get my shit done and back to the astro. Got you digesting my work through your gastro. Intestinal, it is intentional. The way I speak my knowledge through these instrumentals. All my songs are mental, so just memorize it, let it out your dentals. Everything I've been through culminates to this point. I've been rolling fire, my shit's on point. Take hits from this joint, yo. I've been feeling like I have seen so many faces stuck in the matrix. Don't know if this song may go over your head, but fuck it, I'll take it. I've been taking action for all my people. I do this with passion. I've been attracting alien life forms with different reactions.
Searching for words of the ancients, carefully turning the pages. Verbally dangerous, work with the language, burn the restraints that contains us. Grateful to give my thanks and my praises, coming straight from the pavement. My strength will break through these cages. Disciple of age-old sages, study the basics until the day that they make sense. Step up in the ranks next, becoming courageous, tough as a razor blade is. Struggle for pace like Mother Teresa, raise up. Nothing can faze us, rugged abrasions, scrapes and grazes, cuts on our faces. Stuck in the matrix, somebody come up and wake us quick. Knowledge that can't suppress, we stop and raise our fist into the atmosphere, flip it with different reactions. Typical intergalactic tactics, lift up our assets, building an integral path of access. This is my Jackson.
Feeling like I have seen so many faces stuck in the matrix. Don't know if this song may go over your head, but fuck it, I'll take it. I've been taking action for all my people. I do this with passion. I've been attracting alien life forms with different reactions. Man with no purpose would feel like he's worthless, and if I am infinite, I'm truly birthless. I do this to murk this. No, you've never heard this. Everything I do has a purpose. Yo, have you ever been exposed? Intelligent flows that comes from the soul, and when it explodes into your whole endocrine system, it goes. A magical substance that glows. Now I am back in the lab. Alchemical mixtures intertwine and watch it react. Takes matter from nothing, turns it into something your ears can know. Bump to not put this on blast. I get a different reaction. When it's my music, you're blasting. I put my words into action. I know you love how I'm rapping. Young God, here I go, I'ma let it go, I'ma let it flow, I'ma spit it one time. For all of you to get it, homie, if I said it, then you know I'm in it. You know what's embedded with that fundamental element. You know my shit is heaven sent. Every syllable I utter, every word is so magnificent. Homie, can you hear the difference yet? Did I go over your head? Did I create a new element? I've been feeling like I have seen so many faces stuck in the matrix. Don't know if this song may go over your head, but fuck it, I'll take it. I've been taking action for all my people. I do this with passion. I've been attracting alien life forms with different reactions.
don't roll with imposter. I hang with them rosters, them gangsters and mobsters, rude boys and shotters. Them lyrics flow proper, that K-Lou-B knocker. They shakes up your blocker. Hip-hopper, that is me. Police try frisk me, squared up then miss me. Oldie, my shit's clean, no need for no TP. 1 year drop 12 CDs, you see me like TV, I'm live, 3D. Rapping the mic, I'm a flow constrictor. I'll get you, hit you, split you, I'll spit you. Do you get the picture, mister? I said rap the mic like a blower constrictor. I'm rhyming curveballs, striking whack rappers out like a pitcher.
Who is that? Pulling up with them cool cats with full stacks, causing commotions every time they do that. It's Mando Dope, it's Mando Dope, it's Mando Dope, 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 it's Mando Dope. Who is that? Pulling up with them cool cats with full stacks, causing commotions every time they do that. It's Mando Dope, it's Mando Dope, it's Mando Dope, 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 it's Mando Dope.
Dope, homie, I'm uncutter, original, none other. Unique flow and type of stylish, higher than a NASA pilot. Start a riot, venomous, intention is to lace. Kick with a flow, straight flip in the dough and attack with the drum and bass. Get amazed. Up in the place, city and states, give them a taste, straight no chase, gig and lose it, windows tinted as I cruise it. On top of them, no one copy them, can't follow my slang. Run with the ball, dip, get in the zone, cause scoring ain't a thing. Celebration, my innovation, victory dancing on vacation. A rare breed, endangered rapper on your station. Causing commotion, Mando Dope and take it worldwide. For Stallion and Oldie, got them rocking out to the sunrise.
Who is that? Pulling up with them cool cats with full stacks, causing commotions every time they do that. It's Mando Dope, it's Mando Dope, it's Mando Dope, 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 it's Mando Dope. Who is that? Pulling up with them cool cats with full stacks, causing commotions every time they do that. It's Mando Dope, it's Mando Dope, it's Mando Dope, 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 it's Mando Dope.
Mando Dope.
Swung back and forth. The one most sacred prayer we share is air. Breathe, become more aware. Compliments in opposite pairs. I'm ascending up them spiral stairs.
Now we bring the fire. Chant a psalm a day, so let's say I hear me prayer. Now we bring the fire. Lightning, brimstone, Emmanuel, Marcus, Mosiah.
And one with everything. I'm another you. Another me in synchronicity, we're spiritual beings expressing physically, said all is energy, connectivity, at one with everything. I'm another you and you're another me in synchronicity, we're spiritual beings expressing physically, said all is energy.
Start to build like an architect, and when the line starts show, see it all connect. And I with all respect to keep keep it all in check and see through the times all the signs are left. Start see it connect like meridians. Whole world waging a war like the Gideon. All they see is falls, the walls that to living in. We all one, whether Reuben and Simeon, Abyssinian touching the Caribbean. The same blood become the West Indian. Without each other we're not too resilient. Tossed to the wolves and lost in oblivion. All about the oneness, love and abundance. Life in the heights, most I gonna run this. Keep it 100, life needs substance. Must give something, that's what love is. Yet they wanna say that John and I and Cosmos watch out for the fallen skies. We only watch out for the watchful eyes who wanna harm I and not harmonize.
Now we bring the fire. Chant a song my days till I see I hear me prayer. Now we bring the fire. Lightning, brimstone, Emmanuel, Marcus, Moses. And one with everything. I'm another you, and you're another me. In synchronicity, we're spiritual beings, expressing physically. So all this energy, connectivity, at one with everything. I'm another you, and you're another me. In synchronicity, we're spiritual beings, expressing physically. So all this energy.
Welcome to my hood, where ain't nothing normal. You can take a walk in my hood, where everything paranormal. Everything paranormal. If you're scared of dying, we got something for you. Open up the door, you can be immortal. If you really try to rise, step into the portal.
Buckle up, I'ma show you where it's at. We gon' burn a couple blunts, we gon' pop a couple caps. I ain't talking about 4 5s from the strap. Psilocybin driving, so we headed off the map. What you know about? Tasting color, seeing sound with a crystal eye. Turning nothing into something when we alchemize. Vandalize the lies with the truth. Ain't nobody wanna take shots at this proof. All we ever wanted was the answers. Looking for unique, but our vision keep us phantom. Phantom black man, ghost writing in a pentagram. I'm from the place where our thoughts meet the program. Not too many open to the power that they hold. Just know that when we shine, it's the reflection of your soul. Supreme beings moving, watch the galaxy implode. We are not alone. If you not normal, welcome home. Yeah.
Welcome to my hood, where ain't nothing normal. You can take a walk in my hood, where everything paranormal. Everything paranormal. If you're scared of dying, we got something for you. Open up the door, you can be immortal. If you really try to rise, step into the portal.
Yeah, I gotta hold on to this feeling. I'll be seeing visions through the folds of the prism. Projecting all wishes, anything I want is given. Paranormal vision, you can call it supervision. Control the superstition, make them wonder how we do it. They seen us in the mud, now we out here making music with the paranormal movement that's stronger than what you deal with. If Jesus was just a fraud, then hallelujah for Judas. Caesar is not the mob, so it just had to be Brutus. They hate when we on our job, cause persecution is useless. Proof that what we doing is more than just making music. Utilizing the truth, drop it off in the hood. Showing what's really good, the feeling is understood. We know just what it means to get it by all means. Supreme beings moving, watch reality explode. We are not alone, if you're not normal, welcome home. Yeah.
Welcome to my hood, where ain't nothing normal. You can take a walk in my hood, where everything paranormal. Everything paranormal. If you're scared of dying, we got something for you. Open up the door, you can be immortal. If you really try to rise, step into the portal.
I looked inside and realized everything in life is intertwined with divine or.
Welcome to my hood, where ain't nothing normal. You can take a walk in my hood, where everything paranormal. Everything.
Hi, this is Jace, and you're listening to my favorite radio show, Paranormal Hood Live.
This is Billy Carson, aka Forbidden Knowledge, and you're listening to Paranormal Hood Live Radio. They are the paranormal voice of the hood.
They're here.
Welcome, foolish mortals.
Are you wondering why you can't see us? Do you think that we're hiding from you, that we don't want to be seen? Do you think that there was interference from an outside source that for some reason doesn't want us to be seen? No, I'm just kidding. Just fucking around, y'all. Just waiting for the camera to catch up. Technical difficulties. But we're back. We're live. Live and direct in the God of Knowledge Studios. And it's Paranormal Hood Live Radio. I'm Jiggy.
I'm Smoking.
So he's working on the camera. Folks watching live, just bear with it for a minute. You don't have to see us all the time. You can hear our voices. But we're back. And tonight, we're talking about aliens and UFOs, ufology, all this stuff. Now, let's get this, set the record straight just so people understand. I talk about when you first go down these rabbit holes, all this paranormal stuff, ghosts, blah, 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 the aliens, cryptozoology, ufology, conspiracy theories, conspiracy facts, all this stuff. There's all these different just tunnels and wormholes that you go off into once you go down the first initial hole. Now, there's, oh wow, I was like, damn, did I hit the button somehow? Bless you. There's just so much. There's this, especially now with the age of the internet. You know, when you first, as a kid, you know, science fiction books and stuff. There's not a whole lot of stuff. There's not really a whole lot of ways, you know, especially before the age of the internet and how the internet just kind of took over and gave us access to everything, to check out information. And what we considered a lot, especially nowadays with the, of course, with the internet and being able to just get on Google or whatever it is, search engine you use. I don't even know what other search engines there are now, whatever, if they even call search engines anymore, to find shit. But you can go on there and instantaneously find most of this stuff, and they're usually simple searches, but you didn't have this stuff. So in the beginning of a lot of even the paranormal stuff in my life and going through things and having experiences, and my sister and myself seeing UFO, and there's been other occasions in my life where I've seen them, I've recorded one and stuff like that. You know, just all these different things that have happened over the years. There wasn't a whole lot of ways to go and check this stuff. But there were plenty of stories about UFOs. There are plenty of stories about little green men and aliens, and they've gotten a lot more elaborate over the years. I just remember how simple aliens and stuff looked. They usually were gray with big heads and big eyes, or they just looked like robot aliens or something. They looked insane. They just, you know, they looked very simple, very human kind of looking and stuff. But there wasn't all these different kinds of aliens. Even the shows, then shows like Star Trek came along, and Star Trek started to depict different kinds of aliens. And of course there was us, and most of them spoke English, and Captain Kirk, he kicked all their asses and stuff. And you got Star Wars and the Battlestar Galacticas and all this different movies and TV shows and stuff that started to depict different kinds of aliens, different kind of flying ships, and how they got here, and all this intricate and intelligent talk and stuff of all this. So when you first, especially myself, started Paranormal Hood and doing research and listening to radio shows like Coast to Coast AM, and YouTube comes along, and YouTube's got all this insane stuff. You can look up all this stuff. There's just tons and tons of videos. And there's always all this crazy information and stuff that's supposed to be there that's not there. But within all that, you know, there's just certain things that I just was, go back and listen to some of the shows. I'll tell you, I thought they were 100% true, that this is it, this is the gospel, this is real and stuff. But as the show's grown, as we've gotten into doing a lot more research about the stuff that we talk about, I'm gonna say that a lot of that stuff may have changed. Now, let me preface this by saying to you folks, by no means am I a skeptic. I know the things that I've had. I know the things that I've seen. I still say to this day that I've seen aliens, because Sam Cassell's ass is an alien. And some people, I've just been places and at work and stuff who just don't seem right, whatever. So I'm not saying by any means that I don't believe in aliens. I don't believe that there's possibly UFOs and stuff. But what we're going to be talking about tonight is some of like the cases that have just definitely stuck out from like, you know, the things that I've read about, listened to, you know, hours upon hours of different videos, YouTube stuff, different radio shows with guests who are, and I'm putting my hands in the air, you guys can't see it because the camera's still not working, experts in their field, you know, they know all this stuff about it, but I don't feel the same way. I absolutely don't feel the same way about everything. So, well, I guess the best place to start is kind of the beginning for everybody, you know, where it kind of, but there's stories before this, you know. I'm going to start with Roswell, but understand that supposedly, I believe it was George Washington, saw the first UFO sighting that's ever recorded here in history in the United States. It was supposedly here at the Muddy River, which is now our Charles River. But then, through our research too, now supposedly, isn't it supposed to be the Bridgewater Triangle, Freetown Forest, where the first UFO sighting actually was? So, I don't know. That's just, again, recorded history, whatever.
We might not have a camera. So I'm going to be able to do this if I restart everything. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, so the camera may not be working right now. You guys just may not see us. So what? Don't get mad. Does anybody even care if you don't see us? Is it really going to hurt you if you don't see us? Christopher Columbus supposedly saw a UFO, USO, whatever you want to call it, but I'm going to start at the very beginning. Excuse me. Hopefully. Excuse me, I'm multitasking. Let me drink some water. Hi, everybody. Okay. In mid-1947, the United States Army Air Force's balloon crashed at a ranch near Roswell, New Mexico. Following initial interest in the crash flying disc, the U.S. and they have flying disc in quotes, the U.S. military stated that it was merely a conventional weather balloon. Interest subsequently waned until the late 1970s when ufologists began promoting a variety of increasingly elaborate conspiracy theories. Excuse me. Claiming that one or more alien spacecrafts had crash-landed and that the extraterrestrial occupants had been recovered by military, which then engaged in a cover-up. Now, is this legitimate? This is the Roswell. Excuse me. This is a, you can't see this, but I'm looking at a news clipping from the Roswell Daily Record. This is in July 8th, 1947, announcing the capture of a flying saucer. RAAF captures flying saucer on ranch in Roswell region. In the 1990s, the U.S. military published 2 reports disclosing the true nature of the crashed object. A nuclear test surveillance balloon from Project Mogul. Nevertheless, the Roswell incident continued to be of interest in popular media, and conspiracy theories surrounding the events persist. Roswell has been described as the world's most famous, most exhaustively investigated, and most thoroughly debunked UFO claim. Now, I wonder how many people, up to this point, believed about Roswell. Now, over the years, I've listened to tons of supposed military people, people who were there. There's always, and we're going to talk a lot about this tonight, the sources, the unnamed sources. I got sources. I've got people, you know, that who were there. They're unnamed sources. I can't tell you who they are, but I got a bunch of them. And then the numbers are usually high. You know, it's not usually 1 or 2. There's 4 or 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I got 100 people who were there that day. Sources. But none of them come forward. And then it's usually after people die and stuff like that. People say, well, this person was there too, but they died. They never want to talk about it, blah, blah, blah. But Roswell, I believe that Roswell is possibly real. They've created all these backstories over the years, all this stuff that supposedly happened. That they captured it. They took it to Wright-Patterson, I think, Air Force Base, whatever. They moved spacecrafts, aliens and stuff, and the story has just changed a million times. The bottom line is that the one thing that no one's ever done, there's been grainy video. You ever remember the grainy video of the supposed aliens that they found? And then there was ones where they supposedly tested them because they died in the craft, in the craft. And then there's other ones where they're supposedly interrogating. You ever see the one where they're interrogating the alien? He's got like he's got a big gray head with big bug eyes, and he's got his little suit on and shit, and they're interrogating him. And he's not really speaking, but somehow they can kind of hear him. Yeah. And all this stuff. Tons and tons and tons and tons. I mean, there's always... The funny thing about it is, if you really look on YouTube and places like that, and the search engines and stuff, most of the stuff that comes up is the bullshit. You really have to kind of weed through all that stuff to find out, what really happened, what really was going on. And let's just say that something did happen. They did crash. I mean, the newspaper reported it, right? Why would the newspaper lie? Why would the newspaper bullshit? Where is the evidence? Another thing we're going to be talking about a lot tonight. Evidence. Like, nobody has people, I've seen a craft, I touched a craft, I worked on a project and all this type of stuff. But here we are. How many years ago is that? 60, 70, almost 70 years ago? Right? 60 years ago? Well, yeah. 60 years ago. And nothing. If these aliens and their crafts and their ability to traverse space and time and wormholes, whatever you want to call it, other dimensions, wherever the fuck they come from, are able to do all that, they just happen to have the shoddy spacecraft that crashed on Earth. And the 60 years since, where our populace has grown exponentially, a lot of fucking people on this planet right now. Where's the craft, the spacecraft? Nobody else fucked up and has crashed yet. No one's crashed into a major, urban center. I know that if something crashed, they say a small town like they do in the movies and stuff, they're able to cover all that up. It's always a nuclear accident or whatever, the town, we had to evacuate everybody, blah, blah, blah. There's always this crazy. But you would just think at this point, like, nothing. Nothing at all.
Now, there's a lot of video out there.
A lot. Tons.
Of stuff, okay? UFOs are real. There's a lot of video, a lot of pictures of stuff in the sky that is unidentified, and it's flying, and it's an object. But none of that is evidence that it is something from another world. None of it.
Nope.
Nothing. We know that our own government has all kinds of secret fucking projects and shit like that. That's just our own government.
Yep.
What about Russia? What about China? Japan? Fucking England? Israel? What about all these other fucking countries? Saudi Arabia and shit. What do they got going on? Yeah, I know we sell them most of our stuff and everything. So you're mostly looking at America, China, and Russia. You know what I mean? Because most of those three supply the rest of the world with their arms and stuff like that. So those three are definitely working on some fucking planes, some type of technology, some type of shit that they ain't gonna tell us. Look how long fucking before they fucking said the stealth bomber was real and shit like that. All these fucking secret planes that they had for 10 years, 15 years before that, before they said, oh, we have it. What's the next thing they're going to come out and say that it's going to be? It's going to be like the TR-3B or whatever the fuck that thing is, whatever they're going to call it when it comes out.
And what's the TR-3B when they do, let's say that is the one that they release and they tell you what's out, what's already past that? Like, what's fucking, are they already working on?
Exactly, they're already working on the next thing and everything. We know they got all this shit, stealth boats, stealth on everything. Nobody ever talks about that. What about all the submarines and all that other shit? Oh, because it's already here. There can't be aliens. Oh, we just reversed the alien. We took the spaceship technology and made it into these fucking stealth boats and shit.
Oh, we tried to. Was that the Philadelphia experiment?
So that's all just speculation. People fucking saying that, oh yeah, it's definitely that right there. It's solid evidence right there that there's aliens and stuff, like some of the stories we read in the news and everything. You cannot definitively make out that there's fucking two alien heads there. There's some type of shape in the middle of this fucking object that's flying in the video and everything, but you cannot clearly. I don't even know if it's something that's flying. It could have been something on the fucking water. It's so black and everything, and all you can see is this object. The video is fucking grainy. It's fucking shitty, and everybody like it's definitive proof of aliens. How is that definitive proof of fucking aliens? Did they fucking crash land? Did you go over and say, hey, how you doing? You got more video of that? Until that happens, we cannot, people cannot, everybody just keeps saying, aliens, they're all over the place and everything like that with no actual evidence. It's their own, like Scott C. Warren. Who's like, yeah, there's an alien base here. That's fucking, they're hiding from all the aliens and all this other stuff. And
live long and prosper.
There's definitely evidence of UFOs. of unidentified flying objects. And there's USOs, but nobody usually talks about those. But anyway, so we know that there's things in the sky. A lot of it could be debunked and stuff like that. And then people are going to say, oh, well, what about all these old stories and stuff like that? What about Ezekiel's wheel? What about all these paintings and stuff? Well, you'd have to actually do some research and not just go off of what you see posted on fucking Facebook and Instagram and YouTube and stuff about these paintings and everything like that, and what these things are supposed to represent, and actually look at the paintings and not the grainy repost fucking shit that everybody posts up, and actually see what these things are and what they represent and everything, and understand, you know, fully what Ezekiel was talking about, and say, I mean, people say that, you know, Ezekiel just didn't have the words to describe that, when Ezekiel was a fucking highly accredited fucking scholar and everything like that. He could, one of the best writers of the time and everything like that, supposedly very meticulous in his writing. He had words, he described all this other stuff in very great vivid detail. He had words for silver, he had the words for disc, he had the words for metallic. They had all of that information. Why didn't he fucking come out and say that? Why would he say it in the cryptid things that there is? And there's tons of stuff online. Like I said, if you go actually do the research and you go past all the bullshit and everything that's out there and actually research the stuff and study the Bible and study what it's saying and stuff, he's not really talking about aliens. It's, again, what he's talking about isn't real either, but
fiction on top of fiction.
But to take it and say that it's aliens and everything like that is, without any actual fucking evidence of it, is fucking bullshit. It's just bullshit. It's just people trying to sell shit, trying to get this idea and everything out there that fucking aliens are coming to save us and stuff. Well, we couldn't have done any of this stuff without aliens, that all this stuff in the past and stuff to make us fucking feel so little and small and minute, and like fucking, you know, we can't do anything for ourselves, so we got to be saved by something else. It's all part of the big agenda, but everybody's fucking forgetting about that. And forgetting about all this stuff that the whole fucking Illuminati, New World Order, fucking dark side, whatever you want to call the group of people, because there is a group of people. There's a bunch of men, fucking women probably, whatever. There's some evil fucking people on this fucking planet that do a lot of evil shit, that are in a lot of in power of high places, that fucking do a lot of shit so they could stay in those places, high powers of those places, and control the world. There's a lot of evidence of that. Tons of evidence of that. Are they aliens? No fucking conclusive evidence of that, possibly. A whole lot of speculation. A whole lot of opinion.
A whole lot of talk.
No evidence of that shit at all. No evidence that those people are aliens, or controlled by aliens, or anything to do with aliens at all. And to me, because I know a lot of human beings. Human beings are not even the ones that don't have. I mean, just look how evil the ones that are that don't have all this money and all this power and everything like that. And then they get a little bit of power. Just think it's somebody you know that just all of a sudden they got moved up to a manager at that job and shit, and then they fucking become a total fucking asshole from that just little power fucking grab that they just got right there. And they're like, "Yep, I'm moving up to VP next."
Moving on up.
You know, just look at, that's a human being. Those are human beings. Now just think about these fucking families and these things that have been doing this for fucking centuries. Think about that, okay? So that's all real shit. There's definitely fucking tons of evidence to prove that that is real. That there is these people, a group of people, these people that are doing all this stuff, and they know that they're doing this shit. Yes, we know there's a fucking secret black budget of the government and everything like that, but does it have anything really to do with aliens? They might be looking for aliens and stuff, but do we have aliens? Have any evidence of that? No. Nobody can say conclusively, prove definitively, there is aliens.
Yeah, it's more likely that that budget is spent on
these psyops,
space programs and stuff that they want to do, and
that there's fucking aliens coming to save us and getting ready to fucking make us, fool us and think us, like, again, what, like, everybody, that's what it was, everybody used to talk about that. It was a big thing, one of the big conspiracy theories, that the government is going to make us think that there's aliens coming into one world order. Listen to Reagan, listen to this, listen to that. But Reagan was plagiarizing a speech from, I forgot which meeting they called it, but it was a meeting that took place in like the 1915, 17 or something like that. And these group of these people, some of these, because again, there's some evil people. Reagan was just one of the elected puppets and shit, and somebody wrote that speech for him. And this group of people and stuff, when they have these meetings, they get together and stuff. This was said in this meeting and stuff. I'll have to try and see if I might be able to pull up that audio and do that here in a second. And then I don't even know.
He said what is it?
Not even,
the reptilian satanic pedophiles.
Here we go with Alex Jones.
You know all about that.
Another fucking psyop, fucking limited.
They're taking children to Mars. They're colonizing Mars with the babies, and they're using the babies as a workforce.
So,
sorry, that guy. Whenever you see it, as soon as I see that, that's it's all part of that whole agenda period. That's
yeah.
I believe that there's aliens. Whether or not they've been here, maybe they've been here a long time ago. Maybe a spaceship has crashed somewhere out in Antarctica.
Maybe
or somewhere.
one has flown by and they were like, what the fuck are these things doing down? I'm not even going to want to stop because I might fucking not make it off of that place. And they just fly the fuck by. Who knows? That's all 100%. That's possible.
I'd be more likely to believe, like,
really
if there's like a Galactic Federation of Light or Blue Aliens or Avians or whatever the fuck they're called, that there's some kind of alien forces out there that most likely, if they looked at Earth, they'd be like, Earth is off limits. Like, you motherfuckers are not going there. They're already fucked up enough. Like, they don't need you all going there interfering. Leave them alone.
Yeah.
We don't even pair on like the galactic GPS. Like, you say, can you pop me across to Earth? Earth not found. How about anything else? They can find anything else, but you just can't go to Earth. That's probably what it is. But all these lights in the sky, all this random shit is not. It's just, I don't see it being.
There's no evidence that it's actual fucking UFOs, fucking
from another place.
From another place, anywhere close by or anywhere far away from here. Yes, it's highly plausible that there is other civilizations out there in this fucking universe. We're not the only things. We know that we know that there's fucking microbes on fucking moons and things around here and stuff, and they found dead microbes on Mars, whatever. So that means the life can survive out there in fucking other than on this planet. So, but there's nothing anywhere close and intelligent enough to come here and stuff. We've talked about that before. If fucking aliens were coming here, they're even coming here and they're fucking everything up. Or they're gonna, they're gonna make their presence known and shit. They're not gonna make, you know what I mean? And fucking like, yeah, we're gonna control all this stuff and the secret back fucking doors and shit like that. They're fucking way more advanced than us. They just came from another star system. Think about it. it's like, just really think about that shit. Yeah, we're gonna go there. We're gonna talk to that government. We're gonna fucking come in there. And we're gonna take everything over, make and control everything, and so we can take their monatomic gold and stuff and their money. That means
their
nothing to us.
Any place other than Earth. We need their money. We want to control their government, control their money. Or they're just evil aliens and we're just like a food source or something or whatever. We're their toy. We're their entertainment. I'd be more likely to believe that we're just their entertainment. If they're out there, they just watch us like we watch TV. That's where our fascination for reality TV and all this shit comes from. And they're like, yep, let's just watch these motherfuckers. Let's just entertain ourselves and sit around and watch them just do dumb shit. But objects outside the simulation interacting with the simulation? But why? Here's the thing. Again, there's so many people. There's so many cameras. There's so many people with cell phones. They have cameras and video cameras in their pockets. All these people and all this populace, all these things that are going on, all these events, all over the country, all over the world, different time zones, whatever, there's some shit going on. You just have not seen that major thing where all the news might be showing, oh, there's lights in the sky and it's possibly a meteor or whatever, blah, blah, blah. But they're not showing you an absolute thing. Something has happened that has changed the course, because it's going to change the course of history. It's going to change the way we do business. It's going to change the way we see things, the way we do things. That has not happened. The Roswell incident, to me, good night, Smoke Queen. If you look back on it, was just more of a version, like of what was that? Orson Welles, like War of the Worlds, like something like that. Like, let's create something, sensationalize it, and just have fun with the masses. That's just what it really seems like. Well,
it is, like I said, there's a lot of evidence and stuff, actual evidence that goes that the alien, because alien stuff didn't start getting talked about until around like the late 1800s to the early 1900s, right around when, like I said, there's this meeting going on and the guy's saying the same shit that Reagan said almost a fucking 100 years later.
We've actually played it.
I've actually played the fucking some of it and posted it on Instagram and shit. And so we know that shit is all possible. So all this is, again, it's a way to get them to keep us in control, to think all this stuff is fucking, all this is happening. These things, these groups are coming to save us, or these aliens are coming to save us, and all these people fucking talk all this fucking bullshit. You know, oh, it was the aliens that built all this stuff. It's the aliens, the aliens. There's no way that we could have done this stuff ever. Look, we can't even do it now. We can do it now. We could do all that stuff that they did and everything that they did back then. And we could do it the way that they could do it. Pretty much all of it.
We don't need the modern equipment.
Some of it we still haven't. You don't need modern equipment and all that shit. We can do it. And then look at the stuff, and then the people are like, oh, we don't have no. Look at the shit that we can do. Look at everything that humans can do right now.
But we didn't do any of this.
That we can do.
Got it all
look at
from
all
aliens.
the fucked up shit. Exactly. That's what I mean. Everybody wants to credit and say it's all aliens. Aliens gave us all this technology. Aliens did this. Aliens did that. All throughout history, humans are making incredible fucking innovations all the time. That's us. All us. But everybody wants to be like, oh, it's aliens, it's aliens. Everybody wants to think it's something else. Why? Why can't you believe in yourself? Why can't you believe that you are a human and you are capable of great, great, great things? Stop fucking not believing in yourselves.
Yeah. Believe in yourselves, damn it. Everybody believe in themselves. I'm just saying that's just a much more plausible thing. Like they talk about the technology, all this stuff that after Roswell, the jump in technology, there really wasn't an incredible leap of technology until
to
not
what was
back
going
then.
on already. The technology leaps and everything were like that were already happening. Shit was already popping off before Roswell and everything like that. We had planes. We had all this stuff. They were starting to have computers and shit like that. They had fucking radar. They had all this kinds of stuff happening before Roswell. The technology leap was already coming and everything. The modern technology stuff. It was already coming.
Excuse me, trying to find something here in the background too.
Again, if you look into it too, I'd say 80% of all this stuff has been debunked, can be debunked 100,000 ways. And then you say, oh, that's just the government putting out this fake information and shit. That's some pretty fucking serious fucking fake information and everything, because it can be backed up, whereas none of those UFO stories and everything, alien stories and all this shit, can be backed up with anything except people's, oh, my insider sources, or their speculation, or my opinion, or from my research, which they can never cite you sources for their research or anything like that, or whatever. You know, it's always insider sources gave me my information and my data and everything like that. Never can they actually do anything. Any pictures that come up, you can fucking debunk pictures. All this shit has fucking been debunked and stuff. Phil fucking Schneider's fucking tunnel pictures. Tons of stuff. You want to talk about Phil?
There's another story of something that sounded really, really good. It sounded really great when I first heard it.
We used to listen and buy into, go back and listen to some of our old past episodes and stuff like that and stuff. We did all this stuff. But it just started to fucking, and here's a story where it really started to fucking change with me and stuff. Was I was fucking, I was on mushrooms and shit, and I was coming down off of mushrooms and everything, and it was fucking tripping. I'm trying to figure out, all the shit that I'm learning on my trip and everything, and I got some information from this fucking, my spirit guide, something. This dude Matthew was there, but he wasn't fucking, really here with us. It was just me and Greeny and stuff, whatever. And afterwards, I'm looking on Instagram, and I'm seeing these posts and shit, and it's fucking pissing me the fuck off, and it's triggering me, and I'm fucking trying to figure it out, and I'm sitting here, and I'm tripping and shit, and I'm like, what the fuck am I getting so pissed off about? I'm like, because it's fucking bullshit. There's no evidence. All this stuff that these people that I was looking at, I was like, this is just people fucking guessing, telling stories, fucking believing somebody else's stories, regurgitating circle information without actually fucking stepping outside of the circle and say, hey, wait a minute, why do we keep regurgitating this information? Where the fuck did it come from? What the fuck is the actual source? How can we actually prove this information? And I sat there and I had this whole fucking giant epiphany, and I started slowly I didn't even let anybody else know. A little bit, you can kind of catch on to the stuff that I've been saying over the last fucking few months and shit like that, building up and stuff. But then just recently, I've just been like, just seeing so much more, especially because they're coming out. There's above fucking Majestic. Everybody's back on Corey Good and fucking David Wilcox nuts again.
All their fucking
But those fucking two idiots have been debunked 1,000 fucking times over and over again. So many times. It's fucking ridiculous that the stuff that comes out of David Wilcox's mouth, none of it is... Alright, I can't say none of it, okay? I'll give him this. It's 30-70. 30% is actual, some good information, some truth to it, some fucking... It can be backed up with some evidence and stuff like that. So the other 70% is him fucking telling stories. And then he's the puppet master for fucking Corey Good over there, pulling fucking Corey strings and shit, just fucking feeding him along and stuff, asking him scripted questions and everything like that. He's been fucking trying to do this for fucking years, before anybody even knew him. He was fucking on the Art Bell fucking show in the early 90s with a completely different fucking story and fucking spin on everything that he fucking has now.
He was a time traveler.
He was a fucking time traveler, fucking predicting earthquakes and all this shit. Area 51's gonna be the new capital of the fucking country and everything like that. He's a fucking goddamn fucking shill. He's a fucking storytelling shill. He's full of shit.
What you
like I
just
said, all that stuff is fucking bullshit. It's all to pacify you. It's all to get you to think that somebody's coming to save us. We don't have to do nothing except sit back and raise our vibrations, think positively, which is all good stuff. Think positively, spread love, peace and everything like that, do good, let's fix the earth and everything like that. But just saying sit back and raise your vibrations and stuff, and the aliens are going to come down and save us and help us and everything like that. What are they fucking waiting for?
Put your headphones on for a second. I have a great drop for those guys.
Said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Is that kind of how you feel? Just to stop back and go through this stuff and listen to all the random and again, this is the problem. You can tell the best story in the world. You could be a great storyteller. There's plenty of great storytellers. We watch movies. We watch YouTube. We're looking at storytellers all day, every day. Actors, they're all storytellers. That's what they do. Where's the evidence? All these people have these incredible stories about being in a, and I believe there's a secret space force possibly, but I don't think that these guys are in it. It's not these guys.
No,
it's not these dudes. They don't make sense. There's no real background. They come and tell this stuff about all this technical stuff, all these things that they were involved in, but they can't really give you any science behind this because they're not scientists. Oh, well, the science is all fake. All of it's fake. It's all bullshit, but what we're telling you is real. You just got to kind of take our word for it. And then there's never a bunch of them, or then there is a bunch of them as they all start to tell the same story, whatever. It's a bunch of random bullshit that cannot be verified. I'm just tired of it. I'd like to see some real shit. That's the most important thing about us being investigators. That's the most important thing about anybody being an investigator. It's great to believe whatever you want to believe. There's a lot of shit that I believe in. Can I prove it? That's a whole nother thing. That's why we investigate. I'm trying to prove it. I know the experiences I've had for myself that are 100% legit. But as I said, I look back on it, I know that me seeing UFOs, recording UFOs, whatever, does not actually mean that it's aliens. Yes, there was something that was in the sky that I couldn't identify. I don't know what it was. I don't know how it did what it does, whatever. That doesn't make it something alien. Now, I'll tell you this much. Other than my Sam Cassell story, which I always talk about, and occasionally when I think I've met aliens, I'll tell you when I know I absolutely have met aliens. On psychedelics. Definitely on DMT. The dudes. But I'll tell you this much.
And guess what? I can prove that to you.
Yeah.
I can prove it to you. You don't believe me? I will smoke some, we will vape some DMT, and I'll make sure that you blast off, and I will take you there, and I can show you that stuff. That's a lot of that stuff is real. There's spirit realms, there's stuff, and the only way that I know how to prove it actually without people taking these psychedelic drugs is by taking psychedelic drugs right now. But when you take it, we can actually prove that stuff. You see that it's repeated stories time and time again from all different walks of life of this planet and everything like that, of people taking these and having similar experiences and similar stories when they come back and everything. So that's all. That's pretty, you know, that's pretty solid evidence of these things happening and stuff. That's the closest thing that we could say anything is alien or anything like that. As far as blue chicken fucking people or galactic federations of light and fucking reptilians and fucking Arcturians and fucking Biavians and fucking Anunnaki and everything, which we can totally destroy Sitchin and all that shit too, because that's fucking completely, I mean, again, a lot of this stuff has already been debunked fucking years and years ago and stuff like that, but of course fucking because these people just want to peddle you bullshit. And they know that we want to believe in this stuff and we want it to be real and stuff, so they just tell you what we want to hear and everything. They're storytellers. That's what David fucking Wilcox is. He's a storyteller.
And not to just pick on him.
It's not just to pick on him. David Icke, Ike, you know, Zachariah Sitchin, all these people. Phil Schneider. You know, Phil Schneider's stories have been debunked fucking 20 years ago. It's just full of shit. The pictures that he tried to say were fucking the tunnels and everything that he was down working in are actually tunnels in Japan in Okinawa from World War II. They're all over the internet. You can see it.
Yep.
You know, the people have come forward that know him. The guy, he wasn't all there. He was mentally unstable. You know, there's plenty of evidence to verify that, you know, this guy wasn't all there and everything like that. He was just telling these stories. And his stories, again, it's circle information. He just took fucking stories made up by another dude, John Lear, and Bob Lazar, and twisted their stories around and changed the date a little bit about it and said that he got into an alien encounter during 1979 or 1989, I forgot what year Snyder's was, and it was in Duluth, Mexico. And in the area, yes, there's some strange things that happen in that area down there and stuff. Yes, there's some actual, there's evidence that there's human things going on in that area, that you know, corporations, there's some, you know, some stuff, some companies and stuff like that, so a little bit of, you know, government activity in that area. That's all fucking provable with evidence. As far as it being fucking alien bases and fucking aliens underground and everything like that, there's no evidence. There's no evidence. Nobody has fucking shown one actual tunnel, an entrance to the tunnel, any pictures of fucking aliens around there, nothing. Yeah, some strange flying around shit, but again, this fucking they could be testing all kinds of stuff. Especially with drone technology and everything, all this drone shit that they fucking... Nobody ever questions that. Like, all of a sudden in war, we're doing these drone strikes and shit like that. But where did those drones come from? They had been testing them for all these years before, and all these people thought they were seeing UFOs. They were seeing them testing drones and shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Even the video that I caught over the airport, looking back, it's probably just a fucking drone test. Like, that's the thing. Most people, you see planes, you see helicopters, but if they're testing things that are going a little bit faster, can do different maneuvers, you see the average person, well, not average people, but people are taking average drones and small drones and making them extremely fast and making them do all kinds of stuff. You got people building drones that they can ride on and things, so you don't think that there's somebody out there tinkering. And if people are doing that, imagine what the government's doing now. Imagine what companies who are trying to get government contracts are out there trying to create and stuff like that, and have flying around not telling anybody, to automatically assume that it's something from someplace else.
Again, stop giving up fucking credit on fucking the human fucking race. It's just, yeah, I want to believe too. We got the posters all over the place down here and stuff, you know what I mean? I want to believe it too, but again, I believe the wildest, most craziest, insane fucking shit that you tell me. But you better have the fucking solid, most fucking fucking credible evidence to back that shit up. I'll believe it. You tell me that you fucking smoke some weed with fucking Bigfoot and shit, you better have that shit on fucking video from 6 different fucking cameras from everybody there that was fucking smoking with you and shit.
Yeah.
Selfies up with Bigfoot, you know what I mean? If you saw a fucking UFO that is clearly not of this fucking planet and everything like that, that's the other thing. Like, everything that they show that's fucking UFOs and stuff, just think about it. This fucking thing just flew across the fucking universe from wherever. And if they maneuver like fucking crafts here on Earth and stuff, they look like they got fucking propulsion systems like we would use and everything like that.
Landing
just
lights.
Think about that.
Or some of them just look like really some shit. Like some of the pictures you see, even some of the old time pictures. Like
Tom DeLonge, all right. Here's another one. This fucking shit was debunked the fuck out of here because it's a fucking. It was a balloon, a #1 balloon. It's clear once you actually see the video and stuff, and not the grainy ass bullshit that they show and everything like that. You can clearly see that it was a #1 balloon. It's a #1 balloon. He has this whole conference and everything. All these people says, we don't know what it is. That's nothing of ours. We have no idea what that could be and everything. Oh my.
It was a #1 balloon?
It was a balloon. A fucking silver balloon of the #1.
Who was #1?
I don't know. Somebody might have just turned 16, 18. Who the fuck knows? Could have just turned #1 and their balloon flew away. And that's fucking evidence. That's what people call evidence of a fucking UFO.
The Tom DeLonge thing amazes me, though.
Tom DeLonge, this dude is fucking $39 million in debt because of this thing.
Mm-hmm.
$39 million in debt. Just think about that.
No, but he's part of the whole disclosure, and any day now he's going to release some information, and he's got sources
all the time. This fucking I'm sorry to David Wilcox, but all these people, and they're always like, the end game is near. It's coming any day now. Galactic Federation of Light, they're gonna raise us up. They're gonna do all this, everything like that. No, they're not. There's nobody coming to save us. If they were gonna do that, why haven't they come and done that? Look at all the fucked up shit that's going on.
Hey, according to David Wilcox in the 90s,
to step into
when he was calling radio shows. He was a time traveler, but in 1999, shit was supposed to change, and the aliens were going to come, and racism, and everything was going to be gone. All this beautiful stuff was going to happen, and we're going to come together.
No more racism and everything. He's predicting and saying this is what happens because we all come together and everything. Because we have to learn to deal. We live with the aliens and everything, so everything's peace and love, and everybody can time travel through stargates and stuff. That's how he can't.
But hold up,
but he can't tell you too much because he doesn't want to have a paradox happen.
Right, but everybody can time
travel.
Everybody.
You just got to make sure you don't cause a paradox.
You just can't talk about the paradox, though.
Think about that.
Everybody. If you listen to one of the most time travelers, they all say the same shit.
What these people are saying and what they're talking about.
Wait, what's
they're
the year?
just telling you
what
you want to hear.
Isn't it 2025 or something like that when time travel is supposed to be available or made and then?
Well, that's a lot of the people on the YouTube and the time travel thing. Usually, the 2025 is when time travel becomes freely available to everybody. But a lot of them they come from different years after that and stuff. But
Hey, to anybody who's in 2025 right now, since you're in the future, do me a favor. Can you time travel right back and come back here and come sit and talk to us on the studio? That'd be pretty fucking awesome. How about me in 2025? If I'm still alive, if they're in the future. Can you just jump in one of them time machines and come back right now and just walk on the door and come sit in the studio? Oh, it might create a paradox, right? Was it time cop, we can't be in the same vicinity of each other?
Yeah. All of these time travel and things, when you think about it, which we've talked about on episodes about time travel and stuff, I mean, it's a cool idea and everything, but it's basically, it can't happen. It's the Terminator effect, I call it. Like, you know what I mean? There's no way that John Connor could have sent his father back in time to get his mother pregnant with him so that he can send her back in time in the future. She would have had to already been pregnant back in time. Back then. Because his father can't exist in the fucking future unless he gets pregnant and does all this fucking shit. Can't happen. It's not possible.
But they can bend time and do whatever they want to do.
We're time traveling right now. That's time traveling. You want to time travel? Fucking go to sleep tonight. Tomorrow morning, you'll wake up at a different time.
I've been going to Cali next month. I'll be time traveling when I'm flying.
Sleeping pills and get on a fucking plane and wake up in a different fucking area in a different time.
Do I have to do sleeping pills to do it? Can I just be awake?
Go to sleep.
Can I just be awake?
Be awake.
I mean, technically, I'm still time traveling because I'm going back in time.
Yeah, the time that we use is just made up for this fucking realm that we're on here on Earth and shit. It ain't fucking the same time as anywhere else. It's just a scale of time measurement, a unit of measurement that we use.
But how accurate?
Yeah, this camera's not going to work. Sorry, guys. And I'd have to reset everything and start the show again. So you just have to listen to us tonight.
If folks in the chat want us to reset everything, you can vote on it. We have to get, I don't know how many people are in the chat right now. At least a more than 50% swing. How about that?
Anybody in the chat, any of these stories and stuff that you thought and everything, I had somebody, because I've been posting up a lot about, David David Wilcox, Corey Good and stuff, and somebody was like telling me, he's like, I don't know, man, I can't believe you. He had so much to do with my awakening and everything and all that. Again, he puts out, he preaches a good thing, some good stuff and like that. I used to listen to him years ago too and everything. I stopped listening to him a long time ago. Same thing with Sitchin and stuff when I was reading his books and everything. I realized he's a storyteller. They're just telling stories. I was talking to Jiggy here earlier about when I stopped reading Stitch, and I first read 12th Planet or whatever fucking years ago and everything. I read that. I forgot the next one in line, and I read that, and then I was sitting there, and I'm like, wait a second. Why do I feel like I'm reading like a choose-your-own-adventure fucking book, of like one of these fucking Hardy book fucking story fucking, you know what I mean? These series, book series and everything that you used to read when we were kids and everything like that. I'm like, this is a whole book series. This guy's just fucking telling stories. That's all he's doing is telling stories. I was like, yeah, there may be some credibility to some of this stuff and everything. There was obviously an ancient race of people. They had some information and stuff like that. But was it aliens? Is this guy even a fucking scholar or a fucking anything to do with Sumerian and everything like that? Which now I know he doesn't know anything about fucking ancient Sumerian. I could probably read fucking cuneiform better than he could have when he was alive.
You could teach your child cuneiform now, and then your child would be able to interpret it.
And then David Wilcock, I just started listening to him, and I'm like, yeah, all right, some of the stuff that you're talking about, eat good, raise your vibrations, meditate, you know, some of the stuff that he talks about is true. Yeah, there's some evil people on this planet that are controlling some stuff and everything. But outside of once he starts going aliens and blue fucking people and fucking secret space programs and their fucking cabal is coming down because QAnon is fucking here to save the day and they just took it back. That was great, the one that we fucking saw earlier, fucking on his site there, Divine. You guys can go look it up after and stuff. Go to Divine Cosmos and read some of the fucking shit in his blog there and stuff and what he's saying and stuff. The good guys just took back fucking trillions of dollars from the cabal and they're getting ready to distribute it. This was in July of fucking 2018. Y'all got a check yet? Y'all got a bunch of money yet? Did they distribute the wealth to us yet?
Nope.
What's waiting? Is that waiting for the end game? They're gonna come and they're gonna give everybody the check when they tell us cosmic fucking disclosures here and everything? Is that how it's gonna go down, David Wilcock? Let's hear that one. I mean, just, I don't understand, like... Again, some of the stuff that he talks, I'm not saying everything, all this stuff that all these people fucking say is bullshit and everything like that. Yes, we have a great power in us. We have all kinds of stuff like that. But once they start dragging on all this stuff with this insider information with no fucking proof of anything. None at all. Nothing. None. Or a bunch of fucking blurry pictures or a bunch of debunked stuff or fucking regurgitated, rehashed information.
And why is it always wait? Wait for everything. Wait for the end. Wait for this date. Wait for this time. Wait for these aliens. Wait for all this shit that's going on all this time. They haven't come
David Wilcox had his whole thing about 2012. These people, all this 2012 stuff and everything. It's going to happen. Everything's going to change. Oh, la. It didn't happen. Yeah, I could say there's some shift in consciousness and people realizing that we need to make a change and stuff happened at 2012 and everything. That stuff, again, a lot of that stuff is real, is plausible. Is stuff that you can see happening and everything like that. But all that other shit with the aliens helping and all that other bullshit and stuff, there's no fucking evidence that it was aliens doing it. There's no anything. There's none of this fucking bullshit that we're going to send to this higher dimension and this new earth fucking bullshit. If we're going to have a new earth, we're going to fucking have to do it ourselves. We're going to fucking have to get fucking smarter than we are. Stop doing this fucking, yeah, we have a lot of great technology, but it's fucking shitty because it's destroying the planet technology. We have the capability. We are smart enough to fucking save this planet. We are fucking more than capable. We don't need to go anywhere else. We don't need anybody. Nobody else is coming to save us. Let's make being human beings great again. Let's stop fucking giving away our power to these fucking people that are trying to control us on this fucking planet by saying, I give up. Give me your aliens. Come and save me, Trump. Build that wall. Take down the cabal. Drain the swamps.
Go out in the universe with the Space Force and find them on Mars, on the moon.
Get the Space Force, the secret space programs and stuff. Now, let's just logically think about this secret space program and everything like that and all that. Who would be in control of that? The cabal. The people with all the money on the planet. They would have started all that shit. So now all of a sudden their fucking secret space program that they started, that Corey Good was a part of and everything, the whole thing is fucking flipped around and they're now coming after the cabal and stuff and the cabal ain't going to do anything about it. Just really think about that.
They don't have weapons and crazy shit since they already have their Space Force and everything. Wouldn't they already have shit in place to deal with that? Wouldn't they just say, fuck it, we're not going to let them even build anything. Just go down and destroy anything they try to build.
I mean, really.
Waiting. Still waiting, though.
Still waiting.
Still here.
Still waiting.
Haven't seen any signs of any of that.
Anybody out there listening, watching, got any evidence? Just send it my way. I will gladly look and go through any fucking evidence of any of this stuff that anybody has to present. I'll look through it. Honest opinion, both sides. Like, see, that's the thing is a lot of the stuff that before I was kind of biased because I really wanted to believe that stuff. But now I'm going unbiased like that. Like, I want to see actual fucking evidence, and everybody's like, "Oh, the evidence. They change the evidence. They hide the evidence." How? Where's the proof? Show me the proof. You can't hide everything. Again, the truth will always come fucking through. And the only truth that I see is there's a lot of fucked up people on this fucking planet doing a lot of fucked up shit, and a lot of people fucking believing in a lot of bullshit. Because it's real even to believe in bullshit. Just think about how many y'all listening and watching or whatever. Excuse me. Used to believe in Santa Claus. Used to believe in the Easter Bunny. Be like, oh yeah, I was a kid. Okay. Just think about the shit you believe in now. You believe in aliens. Blue fucking chicken birds. Or fucking Nordics. Or fucking whatever. The Pleiadians and all this fucking shit. And the Biavians and fucking people, all this fucking crazy ass shit with no fucking evidence except YouTube videos and fucking some other dude, some fucking people with these fucking websites that when you actually go and look at it and read the stuff and what they're saying, it's every other line. Insider information, secret sources, coming soon with the big reveal. Over and over and over again. All these articles, all these different sites.
I've talked to all these people who've all said the same thing. They were all part of this program. They know it. They've told me all about it in detail, but never any real evidence. Listen, you got rappers now talking about their fucking their clones and shit. Where's the cloning facility at?
That's the other thing.
You escape from it and shit. You gotta know how to get back there.
A red flag, and I stopped watching. I didn't really watch it a lot when it first started coming out. Was when Ancient Aliens fucking came on TV and they started talking about this. And there's another thing that you can fucking find out and see how much bullshit all this is, because there's a thing which is totally awesome, and I'm going to plug it, and I'm going to put it up on my thing if I somehow and share it with everybody for free. It's called Ancient Aliens Debunked. It's free. Go to ancientaliensdebunked.com after this and listen to us tonight, and go and watch it. It's 3 hours. It's free. He wants you to share it with free. Do not profit off it. He's not profiting off it. He did it all for free. Okay? Free. 3 hours of his time, and I'm sure he put way more of that into making this fucking video because it's highly detailed. It's got evidence. He has links. He has sources, everything to back it up. All this stuff with all these people and everything putting this stuff out there, they don't have sources. They don't have any fucking actual conclusive evidence. They don't have any actual facts. They just have insiders, speculation, and opinions.
And a big circle of bullshit.
And then on top of that, they're making money off of it. Okay? Once you start putting all that together, it's bullshit. It's bullshit. They're just peddling you bullshit. They're just trying to keep you coming back to their lectures, keep you listening on their YouTube channels because they're getting fucking money from that, and going to their websites and donating Patreons, buying their books and stuff, getting fucking their fucking Above Majestics and this new the Bob Lazar thing. That video is the same exact fucking shit that he fucking is all for free on YouTube already.
It's all just put together. It's all pieced together and.
Was already on.
Still
fucking
no new evidence.
There. No new nothing in there. It's the same story, but now you got to pay $19.95 on Amazon to fucking watch it. Or
no, but hold up. But you can go watch. Here's the whole new thing. Now you have Project Blue Book is on History Channel. They have a new show. There's the Roswell show, I think, on the CW, which is peddling to a whole new generation of stuff. This stuff is in the
mainstream media. Okay, again, did we all forget about all our stuff about research and don't trust the government, mainstream media is bullshit and everything like that, but we all sit there and we watch Ancient Aliens, and we watch this stuff, or if there's a news thing about what might be a fucking, what is this unidentified thing about the thing on fucking this Breaking Fox news story or whatever, that they show on the local news here and there and everything, and all these shows about finding Bigfoot and finding this and all that everything, it's all on mainstream shit. Think about it. Not saying everything on mainstream is fucking bullshit.
No, because that's the problem. is that whatever is legitimately in there, let's even say ancient aliens, for
how
example.
you gonna
that,
fucking discern
right.
what's fucking real from what's not real and shit? Again, ancient aliens has been highly fucking debunked and stuff, and that's why I stopped watching, because I was like, a lot of them, like, what the fuck? Who are these people even fucking that are saying this stuff? And I was like, why is this on? I could just tell there's this whole agenda thing with ancient aliens and stuff like that, you know. And it's kind of funny, Jojo Tsoukalos and everything. Some of the shit he said is wild and crazy and stuff. Again, there's some stuff in there that's some, you know, there's connections. We know that between all these great ancient fucking civilizations and stuff like that. We know that. We know that they all these humans on all these different civilizations that we say had no connection. We can. That's all plausible, highly plausible. Lots of evidence of that's there. Were they all connected because of aliens? Were aliens flying from here and flying from there and flying to there? I don't think so. I don't see any evidence, again, because a lot of the stuff that they try and say is evidence that these things are alien and stuff like that. When you actually go and look at it and research it and know the mythology and the text and everything behind these cultures and everything and the way that they thought and whatever that these people have done from studying these people for years and years and years and everything like that, you know. But then you can't be like, oh, it's mainstream, that's bullshit, and those guys are no, these are guys like us that are actually like, okay, let me go down here and let me learn this, let me talk to the local people and everything. We're gonna have hopefully one of these people on here on one of these shows coming up soon and everything like that, and they see this. They're not anything to do with the government or anything like that. Once it starts getting to a certain level, then yeah, you can say they're a government show. But no, these are actual just low-life little guys, and they're not making any money. Like the dude who made this fucking debunking ancient alien things, I don't know what he does besides that, but he did it all for free. There's another guy he's featured on that and stuff. He has a whole website and stuff and does all this stuff for free.
But the thing is, too, that they're actually
and
showing you
the text,
this
and showing you the text,
videos,
showing you,
the
breaking
pictures,
it down,
breaking all this stuff down.
Not just the little what people call this little quote, and they take this little section from this stuff, and then they don't go with everything else. So it just take it this, and they make it fit. They cherry pick it, and they make it fit their narrative, and without the rest of the text and everything out there, it's completely out of context. They do this with quotes and stuff from all these people, and then they just attach a name, or they take quotes with, like, the Reagan thing. They cut that off. Everybody cuts it off at a certain point when Reagan has this whole other thing that he goes on, and when you listen to it, you're like, he's not really talking about aliens.
Nope, not at all.
He's not talking about space aliens.
Nope.
But they're putting that word out there. But, so you got to really think about that and see what they're doing, and it's just... Again, once you really wake up, you really think about it, and you really sit there and you really meditate on it, or like I said, it just, with mushrooms teach you a lot about that. Psychedelics teach you a lot about you and yourself and everything like that. And it was just triggering me, and I was just looking and I was just thinking about it. I was like, I've just been buying into so much of this shit. It's bullshit.
Hey, crazy church lady.
I'm getting mad at people buying into other people's bullshit, and I'm like, wait a minute, it's because I've been buying into similar bullshit. Like, it's just ridiculous, you know? So, again, these people, these are actual scholars. They've studied these languages and stuff like that. They know that.
Religions, so multiple religions, history.
They can take this text from this other thing, which is verifiable text. Other people will be like, yeah, that's what it says right there. Everybody will say, everybody who studied this, even people who study cuneiform, they'll be like, that's what it says right there. That's what these words mean. But then you look at what these people are supposed to say as Anunnaki stuff about Anunnaki and stuff. You're like, wait a minute. How come it doesn't match up with all these other things? Because the Sumerian cuneiform fucking clay tablets and stuff, highly documented. They know that shit in and out more than a lot of these other ancient languages and shit like that. Highly documented. Same thing with all these hieroglyphs and shit on the walls of fucking Egypt. There's no evidence of fucking aliens coming and helping them build anything. None of that stuff. No evidence of them using fucking alien technology or anything like that anywhere. These are, again, you can just go and it's really easy to start figuring out Egyptian hieroglyphs and stuff like that, and then to understand what they mean and everything. I mean, it takes a long time to know all of it and everything and put it all into contextual, because you have to know the periods when it was written and stuff. And because beliefs change, we know beliefs change all the time. Every 25 years, people are believing fucking in a whole new fucking system and stuff like that, basically. So we know that beliefs can be changed time and time again, over and over again. And people just go for it.
And crazy church lady, no one's saying, it's not, you haven't heard the whole conversation. It's not that we don't believe in aliens. It's not that we don't think it's a possibility. What we're saying is the narrative what goes on, what you see, that most of this mainstream stuff, no one has proven it. Even yourself, anybody, if anyone was in this chat room right now, you met an alien, you know an alien, then bring the alien. Bring that alien device, bring something.
Are forgetting about that there is an actual evil fucking group of fucking people that rule this planet and do a lot of evil shit on this planet, and one of their plans that people put out there into the conspiracy world and all this stuff and everything is that they want to have an alien fucking takeover and a new world order and all that stuff. All this stuff is playing into the part of that. They've been setting this shit up for a long time. There's again that we can follow paper trails and fucking stuff of meetings and everything and all this stuff that's documented going back for a long time. So this has all been in play for a long time. People, and it's like, how all of a sudden are people forgetting about all that and not doing the research, not actually thinking about this stuff and looking at this as what it actually is? Again, we want aliens to be real. I want to believe. I'm waiting for the evidence. I want to see the evidence. I would love for the disclosure to happen, the end game to come out. Secret Space Force reveals it all. Fucking free energy technology for everybody and shit like that. I just don't see it happen. I hear it happen, and it's going to happen. I hear a whole lot of bullshit, a whole lot of speculation, a lot of insider information, but I don't see it.
Still hasn't happened. Not
happening. And I don't see it happening. I don't see it happening anytime soon. Not going to be disclosure, not going to be aliens coming anything. Again, look at us in the sky, grand scheme of the fucking universe and everything. If there's other aliens, other things that they're probably way more advanced than us, and we're not even a fucking flash on their radar screen. Not even close to it.
Nope.
They came here for the resources. There's other planets. If they can get to this planet, there's other planets out there bigger, more fucking, with way more resources than this planet has on it. Why would they come here?
Because we're the resource. They're eating us.
Yeah, I know. That's fucking, where's the evidence? Where's the proof of that? You know, all these fucking crazy things, and people just keep coming up and regurgitating and coming up. Yeah, that sounds great. It's a wonderful, wonderful stories, and a lot of these people, I'm sure they're wonderful, great, nice people. You know, they look like they may be nice people and stuff like that. they talk nicely and talk a lot of nice things and stuff like that. But again, it's their job.
Or it's become their job.
Or it's become their job. That's what they're trying to do. They're storytellers. They want to tell you stories. And then a lot of these people just buying in because we want to believe. Again, how many of y'all got the I want to believe fucking X-Files poster somewhere? And I had that poster at some point. Yeah. Or say that shit all the time. Talk that shit all the time. So when you get that little bit of things, we know that the human mind can be fucking tricked. There's all kinds of fucking little tests and little games that you can go and see that your mind can be tricked and deceived all the time like that. All the time.
It's just much more easy to believe that there are people here who manipulate all this shit. If aliens are out there, whatever.
Again, because I have evidence that there's human beings on this planet that are at the top of the fucking food chain, basically, and they fucking run shit. I have the evidence for that. Where's your evidence that there's aliens here doing that? Where's the evidence? I can start showing you actual pictures of these people and fucking naming the companies they work for and the countries that they're in charge of and shit like that. And showing you what they're doing on a fucking daily basis to destroy this fucking planet and control us. All that is, again, that's all very plausible. Lots of evidence to back that up.
It's not about not being open to the possibility. What we're saying is, again, where's the hard evidence?
Are you not listening? Evidence. See, that's what you do. This is exactly what they do. You're just sitting there and you're listening to what you want to hear. You're not listening to what we say. Okay? We're saying it's all possible. We want it to be possible. We believe in it. I believe that there's aliens out there somewhere. But are they here right now? Do we have evidence of that? No, there is none at all. There is no evidence of that at all. And when somebody presents me with the evidence, and it's actual evidence, and it's verifiable, undisputable, no way out of it, I'm going to believe it. I'm going to say, there it is. That's what it is.
But haven't seen it yet?
Not happening. Don't see it. I see a lot of speculation, a lot of talk. Again, there's a lot of stuff that's UFOs. It's an unidentified flying object. That doesn't mean it's alien. It just means that we do not know what it is. And then later on, we find out a lot of it, what it is. It's a balloon. It was an airplane because of the light. Whatever the fuck the case may be. There's some that we still don't know what. Some who still don't know what it is because again, there's government fucking testing. There's company testing. All these drones. Look at how many Look how many drones out there. How many different drones. You can go to the dollar store and buy a fucking drone. These people got
at the dollar store.
Well, Family Dollar, the other one where it's a few dollars or whatever. But you know what I'm saying? You can get a fucking drone for fucking $5, basically $10. Where do you think those were all tested and stuff? You don't think at some point these companies are out there testing this stuff and somebody saw that and they're like, oh, it's a UFO and here's the video and nobody knew what that was.
And someone's working on the next big, faster, better drone.
Exactly. People race
one that
these
follows
things.
people and
they
follows
do all kinds of stuff with drones and stuff now. Like we talked about earlier, the military's been using drones fucking bombing shit for fucking the last 15, 20 years. Where do you think they were testing that and all that information come from before that? What do you think some of those possible UFOs were before that? They were unidentified fucking drones before the government lineup came out and said, yeah, we got drones, we bomb the fuck out of people all the time with them. Again, there's a group of fucking evil people at the top of this fucking shit that are doing some evil fucking shit out there. That's all fucking provable. We know that. Just look at the fucking president of the United States right now. Okay? Look at all these fucking evil dictators and shit. Kim Jong-un. These are all evil fucking people that do evil fucking shit. That's all provable. Aliens? I believe in them. But I don't believe they're here, and I don't believe they've been here at any point. Anytime recently. There is absolutely no evidence of it.
None. You believe in aliens, but you can't believe that we can do some incredible shit. The human beings aren't just smart.
People want to believe in all this stuff, but then they don't want to actually believe what's right there in front of their face. Look at how possible is it. Scale of plausibility. It's a big scale.
But beyond that, just do some research. We've talked about some of the more popular things. This is the thing. There's just these popular things that people, they're just regurgitated.
Nowadays. They don't even want to read a fucking magazine and shit like that. They want to watch the thing. Try and read the Epic of Gilgamesh in the way that's written. You're not going to go and read it and say, oh yeah, that's right. That what they're saying about that is true. I believe everything about these people, what they're saying now. No, you're not going to do it. Go try and read the Epic of Gilgamesh and come back and tell me what it's saying in that shit.
Wow.
Or the Enuma Elish or any of these old books and stuff like that. It's not easy to read, so people, especially nowadays, are just going to take their word for it. A lot of these stories and a lot of this
stuff.
They
have it on like book, like spoken word, like you can.
Oh audio, yeah, and then it's even trying to listen to it and stuff. It's just fucking. It's like I can't listen to this. You know what I mean? So, and a lot of these stories and stuff like Sitchin stuff came out back in the fucking 70s, early 80s, and stuff like that. Nobody could go and research it. Nobody was into. Except for fucking people going to school for it and studying that stuff. We're into cuneiform and Sumerians and all that stuff, so nobody could go and verify all this stuff. And nowadays we can go and verify all this fucking shit, and it's all bullshit. Same thing with all these things. Phil Schneider coming out in the 80s and the 90s and stuff with his stuff, and then, you know, fucking Bob Lazar and stuff. It's all that stuff you can go and see that it's all bullshit. All those stories are just bullshit. It's all possible now, especially with now the age of all this alien technology we're using in computers. Why don't you use some of that technology to go and see if the fucking aliens are real or not? It's all right there. It's all saved. Everything. All the information you need is right at the fucking palm of your hand. And none of it tells me, none of it has any proof in all my years of anything, of a lot of speculation, a lot of plausible things, but none of it is actual proof that there is aliens and they are here.
And the more and more you watch a lot of these popular videos, I watch these channels that put up these popular pictures. There's a picture. Remember the one, the 4 lights? Downtown Boston. Now, again, here's the thing. It's 4 lights. If you ever been to a club, you ever went, and this night, a particular night, there was all kinds of events going on. They use those spotlights. If there's 4 of them, they'll have them go different directions, and they come together and make a pattern. If you were downtown Boston, you got your camera out enough to take a picture of what's supposed to be a UFO. Wouldn't you take, first of all, more than one picture? Or wouldn't you just take a video of this UFO? I'm looking right at this thing. I've seen it a million times. It's spotlights. That thing is touted, is passed around UFOs. There's another one from around here that we saw that someone, it's him and his kid, and the dude is convincing his kid that it's a UFO. It's a fucking plane that the sun is going down, or it's just catching the fucking the reflection of the sun off the metal of the plane.
Day when the sun's going down and it's catching the reflection of the plane, the metal of the plane, and the way that the cone chemtrail or whatever, it was actual cone trail on that one because it was disappearing behind it, and whatever. Okay, here's the next thing with UFOs and stuff, and a lot of people, it's a plane. Usually, if it has a trail like that, it's a plane. UFOs and stuff are not gonna fly here from across the fucking galaxy, the universe,
with jet fuel,
with using combustion engines. It's not happening. We know already ourselves with all our fucking brains, the human fucking power. We are not leaving this solar system with combustion engines. We're not going to fucking other planets in a great capacity with combustion engines. We are trying to come up with some other technology. So anybody who's sitting there be like, yeah, look at that, that's a UFO, man. You can see the jet engine comes out, you can see the exhaust and all that stuff coming out the back there right there. That's bullshit. They're going to be using some technology and some shit that we don't even fucking have to know what the fuck it is. That's why with all these ancient alien things and all these stuff, with these rockets and stuff, they're showing, they're like, oh, look, there's guys flying in a rocket and stuff. You can see the exhaust right there. He's going into space. He's flying home to his fucking home planet and stuff. Yeah, with a rocket? Like a fucking bottle rocket? A fucking, like a rocket, I could, like a model rocket I can go fire in my backyard?
Yep. That's how he's getting home. He's going back to Alpha Centauri.
He's flying in a rocket, all right. Right.
Rocket
you all still buying that?
Turn another fuse up here.
Just think about it. Just think about everything you need to know about fucking space and flying and fucking rockets and planes and everything like that. You think that these fucking ancient dudes is fucking sitting in a chair, flying into outer space with some fucking rockets on the bottom of them.
Rockets.
Rockets. Flying up the fucking bars and shit.
Going home.
Wearing his grass skirt.
And his primitive jewelry and everything.
His primitive jewelry and all that shit.
Oh no, he's wearing a watch, remember?
Oh yeah, he's got a watch on and he's got a hose going to his nose.
He's got 3 watches though, because he's got one on each wrist and he's got one on his crown too. I mean, he really needed to tell time apparently in space.
Yep. But I'll see if y'all can figure out who we're actually talking about. But if you go back and you study the culture of those people and everything, and you know what the symbols are on those rock carvings and those reliefs and everything like that, then you will understand what that picture is meaning. If you want to know, I can tell y'all later on and stuff. I'm not going to go full on to detail. We'll probably do an episode on that anyway. But you can research for yourself. You can probably figure out who I'm talking about and everything if you're versed on this whole alien thing and you're so into it and you believe so much about aliens being here. Who are we talking about, Sphinx, here? Since you know, I mean, that's what I mean. And a lot of people, they can't even come into can't even name half the stuff and talk about it except for the regurgitated stuff that they've heard before that's over and over again. Again, I used to do it too myself. I used to repeat a lot of this stuff over and over just because I heard it and read a small article and everything like that. But when I started actually researching and looking into the stuff and where is this information coming from? What, you know, again, same thing that when you taught researching all this stuff and getting this and people are waking up and researching the government and all this stuff and alien conspiracies and all this stuff. One thing is about research, follow the money.
Follow the money.
Follow the money trail. Follow the money trail.
Follow the money.
Follow the money. Yes, people need to be paid, you know, compensated for their time and stuff, especially if that's the only thing that they're doing. Again, I understand that, make a little bit of money and stuff, but go look at a lot of these people and how well they're living off of your money.
And what are they giving back? What are they doing for this world they're supposed to be changing?
That they're supposed to be changing.
Are they actually living how they're telling you to live?
To live, and they actually doing those things?
No, let me say this too.
If you really research it,
I've been around some of these people. They live how they say, but some of them don't. I've seen it I travel. I go places. I go and listen to people speak.
Few and far between though.
But there are some who actually walk the walk and talk the talk and live how they say. But then there are some who are preaching, telling you to go do one thing. They're not doing the same shit.
people that they're actually doing good with the money that they're making. They're reinvesting it, turning it around. Yeah, they need, it costs money to do some of this stuff, to travel, whatever. I understand. Make a little bit of, you got to make something off it. Get paid, But when you're making money, you're not just making a living off of it. You are making money. You are profiting from these things that you're peddling.
And nothing's happening, though.
You just need to start looking at that. And then you can't fucking, again, you can't cite resources, you can't fucking nothing.
Where's the real deal? That's all we're saying.
Exactly.
That's all we want.
That's it. Just look, if you, again, everybody who's watching this stuff, anything we're talking about, all these aliens things, UFOs and stuff, go and really research it. Look at all the sides and then decide for yourself. Don't just take our word for it. I don't want you to believe me. I want you to find out. Go and research this stuff for yourself. Again, I'll tell you some of the places to start. We're a really big eye-opener with a lot of research and time and effort. You will see the guy and everything that he does, and you can go and verify everything that he says in this video, where you can't go and do that with 90% of these other videos on YouTube. They're not going to cite you all their sources and where all their evidence come from, and you can't go and look and back it all up.
Even go watch Project Blue Book on History Channel, the new show. It's supposed to be all real case files and stuff, right? So what's real about it? And then research. What do you want there? It's a television show. It's got to be entertaining. The X-Files is entertaining as shit. But is it real? Do some research. They claim all this stuff is real. You just start doing research. You just break it down, and people who have taken the time, who are intelligent, smart people, real scientists, real scholars, who know the business, and break the stuff down. And it's just not how it's sensationalized. And the problem within that, all that, is that all this shit is being spewed. People aren't looking for what they really need to look for. Fuck aliens. Fuck everything else. Fuck outside sources coming to save us, to raise our vibration, to get us away from here. It's the same aspect of these motherfuckers who want to leave to go to Mars but don't want to fix Earth. That's the same thing. You're so worried about elevating to the next level, the next dimension to get. What the fuck are you doing here? All this piece of love stuff doesn't make sense if you're not doing shit here.
Here, exactly. Just think about this. What's the best way to pacify people and get a group of people to fucking do what you want them to do and not fucking poking around and be worrying about the cabal and the evil people that are fucking controlling this fucking country? Get them to think that there's a fucking secret group of people out there doing some secret things with a secret fucking beings from outer space that are trying to save us. So everybody's just going to sit back and say, like, all these people that are all falling for this QAnon shit and everything like that. Oh, don't worry, trust the plan, just sit back and wait. Endgame is near, it's all coming. QAnon, they're going to drain the swamp. Oh, we don't have to worry about anything anymore. The heroes are here to save the day. And they're all forgetting the shit that they were preaching fucking a year ago before QAnon fucking came onto the scene. All forgetting all the stuff that they're fucking saying before. Now all of a sudden, Trump is great. Build a wall. How is building a wall aligning with the conscious community and fucking us coming together as humans and fucking living as one and everything like that? I'm all for everybody living as one, but not under one rule and fucking government and religion and shit like that. Everybody should live fucking together peacefully and stuff. We're all capable of getting along. Pull our heads out our asses and fucking stop seriously thinking and shit. Yes, a lot of this stuff is good. Mindfulness, meditation, everything. You can control your reality to a point. Your thoughts on how a situation is determines how you see that situation and stuff. So your life could be fucking completely miserable and you could be a complete asshole to everybody. Or you can change your fucking thoughts and learn your lessons from the mistakes that you make as a human being. Yes, we're a spiritual being having a human experience, so start fucking living that human experience. Stop fucking being the great human beings that we are.
We are the superheroes we seek. We're so much more. Just do some psychedelics. Get a better view of some of this shit. Go see some real aliens and shit. And
psychedelics will tell you a lot of this stuff and show you and stuff. Like, that's the thing with, like, the psychedelics and stuff. Yes, I've seen the DMT beings, aliens, whatever you want to call them and everything like that. Not just on DMT and everything. And you can do that stuff and you will see that and everything. And they showed me, like I said, when you knew, if you blast it off and everything, you know, sucked up through the wormhole and shit, and I'm flying through the fucking solar system and out through the, you know, the galaxy, universe, all this stuff, and I'm flying, and I get to see glimpses, and I see that there's life out there and everything. They show that there's stuff out there, there's other things, but it was nowhere the fuck near here.
Nope.
Way the fuck away, and they didn't even look like they had a clue that we was on the map. And they didn't, none of the stuff, that anything that I've ever fucking seen out there, the plausible things and stuff, is there's no aliens here. No aliens here right now at this point in time. Maybe at one point in the fucking 6 billion years the fucking Earth has fucking been here. 4.5 billion, sorry. Didn't mean to mistake that number. 4.5 billion years or so that we've been here. Maybe at some point, maybe they visited, took off, whatever, flew by. But currently, there's no evidence to say that they have been. They are here, and they are coming anytime soon. None at all.
Just want to meet an alien.
Just really do the math on it. Just do the math on it. And when you do, it's fucking, again, that's the other thing with all this stuff here. When you do the math on it, people can't even fucking imagine the numbers that you're gonna see, and how they don't even know how to. Most of the average person doesn't know how to do the math, and then that's why people are like school, bullshit, that's all, yeah. Am I talking to flat earthers?
Just want to see some evidence.
So yeah, again, if you do the math about it and do the crunch the numbers about the Earth and how big it is, how many people are here, and where we are, and then the fact that there is no discernible life in our fucking solar system or anywhere within the fucking radius, and then you do the size of the universe and all that math and everything, the numbers are fucking huge and staggering. The plausibility of anything being anywhere close, anything within 5 light years of us. Yes, it's plausible, highly plausible. The math says that there has to be other life out there besides us. We cannot be the only life in this fucking entire universe. But there's no proof that it is here, and there's no evidence that we've found out there yet of that.
And are they doing flybys?
Could that those fast radio bursts plausible? It's on the plausible. Throw it on the plausible scale. And again, any of this shit is possible, but they don't know yet for certain. Something that's just happening, a new phenomenon, new thing that's popping up. Haven't researched enough. Gotta do the research. People go to school and learn all this stuff for a reason. It's not like I'm going to school so I can fucking fuck everybody over. Not everybody's thinking that when they're doing that shit. Yes, there's a group of people, and there's some people that are taught some things and everything like that, and how to mislead and how to change information and stuff like that. But for the most part, this stuff is backed up. Science, you can back up a lot of this science. You can do a lot of these experiments and stuff in your house that proves a lot of this shit. You know what I mean? That they talk about in science. So you can't say it's fucking all fake, it's all bullshit, it's all them, it's all the cabal, it's all the evil, everybody, aliens and stuff, they made it up. You just can't do that. That's cherry picking and making everything fit your narrative. That's not thinking outside the box like all these conscious woke truther fucking conspiracy fucking people want to talk about stuff. You gotta think outside the box. You can't think like that. I'm thinking way out because there ain't even no box. There's no fucking box. Not boxed in here.
And to answer your question, yes, we have had, at least I personally have had experiences, but being able to, and I've said this all the time, that's the whole purpose of investigating, is trying to figure out a way to make it repeat itself, to do it so people can really get the experience. It's easy to talk about what everybody has individuals.
We're not just picking on aliens. We're not picking on
ghosts,
anything. We're not just ghosts, Bigfoot. Again, there's no evidence. There's a lot of plausible things. There's a lot of speculation.
We've had experiences we can't explain.
People had experiences, but we're talking about we can't go back and repeat that experience. So that's not evidence. That's not proving anything. That cannot, unless you can repeat it, unless it can happen again, unless you can actually prove. That's just my experience. But like you say with psychedelics, we can prove that experience. You can take psychedelics with us and you can have these experiences and stuff like that. But we can't take you to where we've had a paranormal experience and everybody else is going to have that same paranormal experience or similar experience, or we're even going to have a similar experience to that. That's some of the stuff that we're not going to go too much into detail here, but you're going to see with the show going on here, we'll be talking about stuff, but with the other TV show and stuff that we're doing and everything like that. We're going to try and we're really going in, investigating, researching. I'll teach you all that shit and how to really do this shit if we got to.
We'll figure it out. But that's
figure it out and show you. But that's what the thing is. We're trying to show. We want to be able to repeat it, show actual evidence. An experience is not evidence, unless it's an experience, a repeatable experience for multiple people involved. You got to understand research, science, fucking experiments, and evidence, and what these things all equate to, and how this is all determined to be actual factual things and for real things. You know what I mean? When 90% of people who take psychedelics have a similar experience on those psychedelics, that's a real experience. But when, you know, 5 people or 6 people have a paranormal ghost experience or something when they're in some place or whatever, and then the other 5,000 people that go through don't feel anything, that's not evidence. That's not a real experience. That's a plausibility, that may be, but that's not actual evidence until it can be repeatable. Everybody can have the experience, or the majority of people have that experience and everything, a provable, actual provable experience.
Yeah.
So until that all happens, then
I mean, yeah, I get what you're saying. Someone who's not there to have the experience can say fake.
Again, you can say my experience is fake, but I'm not saying my experience is evidence, though. You can't go around saying an experience is evidence unless the majority of people have had the same experience. You understand? You gotta know about what would determine if something is actual factual evidence through experience and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
An orb. Is someone catching the same orb the same time of night every night? Like, let's say that people always have pictures of orbs. Well, this orb comes through. Well, then take that. Is that orb every night?
You know, oh, I hear that. I picked up this fucking. I was doing a spirit box session, and this fucking voice said this name and everything like that. Okay, cool. Now go back there right now, and does it happen again? Then go there tomorrow. Does it happen again?
Does everybody
person go there? Did they hear the same name? Did they have the same exact experience? Did they feel the same exact way?
Time.
Can they date this? Can we time this? Can we get it all on video that every person who goes through there who does a spirit box session hears the same exact things about this same exact ghost that is supposed to be living in this place here? That has to happen for it to be actual evidence. If it's only 1 or 2 people and the other 100 people, say a group of 100 people go through, and only 2 people happen to have that experience, it's not an actual factual experience. It's a fact that these people had an experience, but it is an actual conclusion that this is actual fact, that this is happening to this place and everything here.
The only thing that matters for a personal experience, for your yes, but to try to talk about this stuff
and
have an objective and a real point of view, and not just keep telling it and pushing it.
Experience is the real thing that's going on for everybody else, and then your personal experience is that you saw an alien or whatever, or what you think is an alien, and you experienced an alien, and to say to go around telling everybody that that's evidence that there's aliens, and that's your proof that's aliens to everybody, and that.
But we're also not pushing that we were in a secret space forest, so that we were generated.
Doing any of that. I'm not writing a book. I'm not doing any of that. Or I don't got no agenda or anything like that. I'm just trying to get to the bottom of all this stuff and find out what's really going on. And the evidence that I can see here is that humans have been on this planet longer than we've been told. That's a lot of evidence behind that. A lot of dating once you know geology and history and everything.
We were extremely smart.
We did more with less. We were smarter. We've been extremely smart for a lot longer than what they tell us. We did a lot more with a lot less. We're a lot more in tune with nature and stuff like that. We have great powers that we've just forgotten. That's all real. That's all highly plausible. All those people, all these different cultures were connected at one point and stuff, just like we are today and everything. Somehow it wasn't through electricity and all this alien technology and stuff like that, but they all knew about each other. They all could, you know what I mean? Could get to each other and stuff. We traveled around the world. We've been traveling around the world for a long, long time and stuff like that. There's a lot of evidence of that. We keep finding boats and things like that that can travel across the ocean older and older all the time. Older and older evidence of this stuff. Writings of these things, of travel, the Sumerians, this stuff. There's writings of this stuff and everything. And people want to go and say, you know,
it's aliens.
It's aliens. But it's not. When you read it and you know it and you read the rest of the stuff, the rest of the work, how can you just exclude the rest of these people's work and just pick out, that's cherry picking, just picking out what to fit your narrative. Oh, this passage right here said, or it seems like they're talking about aliens and traveling from this alien came here and told them about this. No, that's not what it's talking about. Read the rest of the context with the passage. Read other similar stuff with the similar writings and symbols and stuff like that, and you will begin to see that's not what the fuck they're talking about. You're taking it out of context to fit your narrative. You know, try to make it fit your personal journey.
It's more than a truth about a journey, though. It's crazy church lady. That's what I'm saying. This is spending a lot of time listening to a lot of these people. And we're not just picking on him. There's just a couple of people we're talking about, because you look at these extreme cases of the stuff that they're saying, that none of it can be proven. Talking about these aliens, but talking about being on Mars, being age regenerated, all this type of stuff. How do you prove any of that? How do you prove that this stuff is going on? If these people really did all this and they spent all this time, that sounds like a lot of money was spent, excuse me, on a lot of technology. And if they spent this money on these people and that guy and his friends and all this type of stuff who's supposed to be in these programs, why are these guys able to freely talk about this stuff? Why are they just allowed to talk about these programs that are so super secret, age regeneration and stuff like that? They wouldn't want the general public to even have any wind of that type of stuff.
At all.
At all. No one cares.
But the people who talk about the fucking other stuff, like the actual people that are fucking the evil men in charge of the world and stuff like that, get censored all the time and stuff, trying to expose that shit. Those people, their fucking shit is taken down all the time.
That's what we're talking about. It's just a whole lot of people who are pushing a whole lot of stuff that there's just no evidence of. And that's the popular stuff. We're talking about popular cases and things that even at some point, I was never really like, oh, David Wilcox and these guys, but like Phil Schneider's case, you know, Roswell, all these different cases.
Yeah,
there's tons of them.
Again,
Bob Lazar, you know,
all these people, and listen to this stuff and think all these guys or everything they're talking about. But when you really start to look at it and stuff, again, I'm not saying there's not UFOs. A lot of these videos and stuff, it's unidentified flying objects. But is it aliens? That's not proof. Just because you see an unidentified flying object doesn't mean that's proof of aliens. It means it's just proof of an unidentified flying object. And there's evidence, again, like I said it a whole bunch of times tonight, that there's a lot of people out there that could be flying unidentified flying objects out there that we don't know about, that somebody can get on video because everybody got cameras nowadays.
And all these videos and grainy videos of these supposed aliens and stuff like that. There's no aliens that just showed up in Times Square. There's no alien right now in the Boston Commons or some shit with news crews talking like, hey, my name is Bebop. I'm from Mork from Orc or whatever. It's just not happening. All these people, how many people on the planet now? How many billions of people? All these cameras on buildings, they can see everything else. They can tell you down to detail shit that happened. Satellites, all this stuff. But it just hasn't happened. The populace hasn't seen it. Where's the aliens? That's all. Maybe they are in some secret bunker somewhere. Maybe they did capture some aliens and they're holding in some secret underground bunker and stuff. And there's these bullshit grainy videos that come out, whatever. But that's not proof. It just isn't proof. No. All this disclosure, all this stuff that these people push, there's always dates, and those dates always get changed. Well, no, see what happened on that date was that's when it began. That was when the first seal was broken. They opened up the first start of it all.
Is they found out what we was gonna do, so we had to change up our plan, and now there's a new date. Yeah. So we're gonna do that because they figured out. So things changed. No, it didn't. None of that happened.
There's all these new dates, end times. These people, go back and listen to a lot of their stuff. They were pushing in the 90s when it was going to end, the Y2K shit and how things were going to change. And it's always
and
these aliens.
They changed their things and all this
and
stuff.
And listen to these aliens, these blues, grays, whatever, who are out there who supposedly care so much about us. Why are you just sitting back? What are you waiting for us to do? Like, you haven't intervened at this point to come really help us? Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's right. They channeled to certain people and everything. And only certain people, they talk to these certain people.
Oh, my God. Stop with the fucking... Again, it's fucking pacifying you. It's somebody telling you that, oh, this fucking being...
I'm telling an alien
from another dimension, or there's another alien from another area.
Ghost.
And they're here to tell us, and they're coming to save us. To just wait. Don't worry about it.
You'll be here any minute now.
Stop you're being pacified. Go out and do it. Fucking save the planet yourself. Let's do it. Come together, everybody. Love one another. You can do it.
Robert Parrish ain't coming through that door.
All, you know,
Larry Bird's not coming through that door. Kevin McHale's not coming through that door. And if they are, they're going to be old and gray. They're not going to be able to help us. Any true Celtics fans would get that reference. Sorry, that was a sports reference. The show did start around sports originally.
But
that's it. It's here's the thing, Crazy Church, and anybody else who may feel like she's feeling, because she's being the one who's actually speaking and being the devil's advocate and objective, and I get that. But as investigators, that is one of the hardest things to see, and you know this yourself. You've been around enough of these investigators and stuff to understand that one of the biggest shortcomings is that you're supposed to continue to investigate. Continue. You can't just, this is absolute evidence. For who? For what? You're right. You're not going to convince 100 people. I don't think you can convince 100% of everybody on this planet. If a big spaceship showed up like some Independence Day, whatever, there's still going to be people. Is it them? Is it us? Are we still doing this shit? Is some bullshit? It would take a lot to particularly change how everybody is going to think. But at the same time, you still have to investigate. When that ship does show up, is that a real ship? What's going to happen now? Is it just going to sit there? Is it going to be some dumb shit? Is someone going to get out that ship? Is it going to be Jesus? Is that really Jesus? Is it really an alien? Is it really the fucking Vulcans with their, live long and prosperous sign to come and unite the universe? Is it going to be the ones who may come? Hey, maybe they do show up. Listen, if you're out there, aliens, and you're some cool aliens, and you're willing to show up and help us to fucking get past all this bullshit and possibly bring us together like you're supposed to, whatever.
Come on down. What the fuck
We're
are you
here.
waiting for?
We waiting. We've been waiting. I'm just saying. Where you at? That's what I feel like at this point. Enough. It's just all this. We're trying to
all
be
this
consistent.
Secrecy and all this stuff. Fucking, what the fuck? You're aliens. What the fuck you gotta be secret for?
But here's the thing, Crazy Church, and we've said this all night. Go back and listen to old shows. You've listened to enough shows where you've heard us quote some of this stuff. And again, because we did that, because this stuff stuck with us, because we continue to do research, they start to find these holes in these stories. You start to you start to find things that don't add up. They don't make sense. And this is where you start to use the power of the internet. When a lot of this stuff, when this culture came, when science fiction was began, when a lot of this culture about aliens, War of the Worlds, and all this sensationalized stuff, people forget about War of the Worlds. Orson Welles thing, like that shit was broadcast on the radio. They didn't have that was their main, one of their main sources of communication was the radio. He was allowed to punk a country. In essence, he was Ashton Kutcher way before Ashton Kutcher. They punked the country.
1, 2, 3.
This is not a test. This is the real deal. Go back and if you can listen to it. Though. Yes, of course it was. To see what people would do, what people would buy into, how stupid or what they could get away with. Well, guess what? You can't do that on the radio. You can do it on the radio, but if it's on radio, people are going to be like, well, how come it's not on TV now? How come it's not on my television set? It is. It's all over your TV. It's all over your YouTube. It's all over your radio. It's all over your movies. It's all over books. It's all over everything. It's all there. Orson Welles is still punking us. And there are many people who are in on that same punking going on. And that's what we're saying the problem is. How do you weed through that to actually find real evidence of aliens? We don't have a rocket ship. The two of us in this room, we're not scientists, but we're also not stupid. But
I could build a rocket ship. I could definitely do that, but to build something to go to another planet somewhere else within a fucking reasonable amount of time and shit like that, you got to remember how long it takes to travel. These things are going to be traveling fast as fuck.
Yeah.
So,
And you got to survive the trip.
Again, experiences. Like, all right, personal experiences. Can you prove them and stuff? I can prove my personal experiences. People will be like, oh, meditation and fucking changing the way you think and eating and everything like that is fucking bullshit and they ain't going to do nothing. I'm living proof of that. That's my experience. And I actually have evidence and proof that it does work because I have medical records to show you that I was fucking sick and I was dying and the chances of me getting better from that and not going off of medication for the rest of my life was slim to fucking none. It was most likely going to cut my fucking thyroid out of my fucking throat or kill it with radiation. But I, myself, through all that stuff, this positive stuff, this stuff, good stuff, that there's evidence and stuff like that, my personal experience, and people are like, that's just your personal experience. Well, I have evidence that my personal experience with these things is actual factual. I can show you my fucking medical records. Yes, boom, diagnosed, I was sick. They gave me some medication, but I didn't take the medication what they can, and I can show you because they can see when I stopped taking the medication because my numbers and my things changed. But I was able to keep it and maintain it and level it myself. without medication. And the doctors was like, how the fuck are you doing this? I said, I changed the way I eat, and I changed the way I think, and the way I do everything and everything like that. My whole mindset about everything, and I'm healing myself because I'm a human being and I have the capability to do that. I do it all the time. I got a cut on my finger right here. Guess what? It's going to heal in a few days. Woo! Magic. That's real magic.
It's going to heal?
Magic is real. We've got a lot of evidence of that shit. But it's not the magic that people think. Been tricked about that shit too.
Yeah. Just saying, where's it at?
You know, so you gotta be, if you're talking about a personal experience, you gotta be, for people to actually see and understand it and be like, okay, that's I can't do that personal experience and stuff. And yeah, you can. Look at, I have actual evidence. I can show you that I can do through this stuff here with this is my experience, and here's my evidence that this experience and this stuff is real.
Although, you know, I will say, if anybody really would have like a regenerative thing where they can make you younger or something to stay younger, it'd be like Pharrell. I could see that. Maybe Pharrell. No?
No, but you understand the genetics of, you know, the people and everything.
Black don't crack.
Mm-hmm. Not just them. There's other like the Asians and stuff like that. Some of the you know, Latin people in South America and some of the stuff. You look at some of these people and you think they're like fucking 30 years old, and they're like, no, I'm 70, and you're like, what? Oh, I went through a Stargate over there. Age regression, secret space program stuff.
Yeah. Ralph Macchio.
But no,
the Karate Kid.
You know, there's living, you know, good, healthy lives and shit like that. Doing stuff, you know.
Just saying, what's more likely? And again, you look at some of these people, it's just not those guys.
Just think rationally, logically, and everything like that. Yeah, I mean, just actually look at it, evidence, and think about stuff. If you don't understand it, you cannot just dismiss it as, oh no, that's fucking bullshit. I don't agree with it and everything. Understand it. Come to an understanding. That's the problem. Is people just, they don't understand something, so they automatically dismiss it or something like that. That's the thing with a lot of these people that we're talking about, is they use word salad and stuff and make people try and understand something in a way that's not really what it is and everything. You know what I mean? They twist things around. They misuse terms and stuff like that so that you understand them, but do you really understand the terms and stuff that they're talking about? Energy, vibration, frequency and stuff like that. Do you really understand those things? Do you really understand, like a lot of them want to say we're living in the Matrix and quantum physics prove that. Do you understand quantum physics? Do you know anything about quantum physics? Any kind of physics, astrophysics, any kind of physics? Do you know anything about that stuff? Do you understand that stuff? So they sit there and they use words that are part of those things, even though none of those people understand those things. They're not astrophysicists or mechanical physicists or any kind of physicists or anything like that. Any kind of scientists, real scientists and stuff, most of them aren't, you know. And you got a few, fucking Greer there or whatever. He's got a fucking doctorate in something, but I don't even know exactly what it is.
There's a whole lot of doctors. What are you a doctor at?
Yeah, exactly. What are you a doctor at? And you go fucking get a doctorate right now in an hour on fucking something and say I'm a doctor. So you gotta fucking think about it like that and look at all that shit and you know really start to look at it and think about all that stuff. Start to say, I don't know about this.
Self-destruct sequence activated.
Again, question everything, research everything. That's it. That's the same thing. I don't know why people all of a sudden forgetting that, because QAnon says trust the plan.
What's the plan? There's always a plan.
There's always a plan.
Everybody's on the plan. You're gonna trust something anonymous. I don't even trust anonymous. They're supposed to be so powerful, and I think that they're a psyop too. Because what have they really done? Like you have actual people like Edward Snowden and people like that who release actual stuff, but you have these anonymous who are releasing fucking what was the fucking website? Some fucking dating website information shit.
Another one, Snowden. They're all fucking sad because they don't fucking say anything about the actual people that are actually running the fucking shit. There's nothing in Snowden's file about the fucking Rothschilds or any of these fucking people that control the world banks and all that stuff, about the fucking wars or anything like that, and where the money really goes or anything like that, and any of that. It's all just fucking shit that they keep people fucking off the
smoke
fucking
and mirrors.
Smoke and mirrors. Keep it off the subject. Keep them away from what's really going on. If everybody's looking for fucking aliens, nobody's looking at the fucking humans doing the fucking dirty shit. That's the greatest magic trick ever. Right? Supposedly these fucking people are fucking Satan worshipping fucking people and stuff. Well, the greatest fucking trick the devil ever played was convincing everybody that he doesn't exist, right? So, what better way to trick a whole bunch of people that could, and not get them to think you're doing a whole bunch of bad shit is get them to fucking look for some other shit.
Just saying.
It's like fool's gold. Yeah, I got this whole mine full of gold. Oh, great. Yeah, all right. I buy that shit. Let me come in mine there.
Hey, the aliens are out there. Pull up. Pull up. That's all I'm saying. We here. There's some good people here. You ain't gonna go fucking stop at some world leader and all that stuff who doesn't represent us. Just go fucking... There's a bunch of y'all. Come talk to all of us. Shit, if that's the case. Just haven't met any other than Sam Cassell and some other... questionable people. I don't know. I just like to see some evidence. That's what it's all about, is evidence. All this talk about all this stuff, all these videos, all this stuff, and again, gone back and researched it all.
Conclusive evidence.
Nope.
Cool. You got a video of a UFO. Go out and get another one.
Yep.
Same one, doing the same thing.
Yep.
Same area. Oh, well, you know, this is flying by and then it's going to come back again, you know. I got that. It's just one time, this one blurred video, man. You can see it right there, man. Look at this. This rocket exhaust.
They're all
coming out of that silver disc.
Mm-hmm. All these aliens have been here.
Yeah, no.
They're all around.
Chat's quiet tonight, Sphinx.
No one's killed a reptilian.
Just like to listen.
No one's killed a werewolf. I haven't seen any of it. No one... Well, don't kill big... We should really kill anything, but I'm just saying, no one's... There's just not... I mean, I don't know.
Again, it's all plausible. I believe that there could be a Bigfoot out there somewhere. There could be Bigfoot. There could be a Chupacabra, maybe.
They could be aliens in Hollywood.
But
it could be aliens
none of the stuff
in the
that we
NBA.
have, nothing out there is actual, factual, fucking conclusive evidence of these things exist. None of it. None of it. It's all just plausible speculation, opinion.
Possible.
You know? Look, it's like listen to the stuff we talked with Scott C. Warren. He's just one example and stuff. Don't need to bring his name up all the time because he's just so funny. It's hilarious. I just love the guy. Fucking love him. But just look at what the fucking this shit that he spews out of his mouth. Where is he coming up with that? Look, read half of these articles about all this stuff, about this UFO here, or this thing on Mars, or this thing on this thing, or the Saturn and stuff, and go and actually read it. And look at the picture, what they're showing, and then actually look at it, and then listen to the story, read the story that they're telling you about this picture and stuff. And then discern for yourself whether or not that's actual evidence of what they're talking about and fucking everything else.
Stealth black paint.
No, it's their story of what they think
hiding from racist aliens.
It's not evidence of anything.
Nope.
Again, with that Scott C. Warren Mercury thing that we're talking about, it's actually evidence that he's just pulling shit out of his ass.
Add a whole lot of extra shit. Is it an anomaly? Possibly. But
again, he's had some stuff that's credible anomalies and stuff where he didn't open his mouth too much. He was just like, yeah, here, look, I found this thing here. And you look at it, it's questionable. Got some questions about that. If I could see some that one day, possibly, I'd like to see it again. A little bit more detail or something. Put that on my fucking book of things to do when I fucking fly around the galaxy someday. I'll check that out.
Yeah.
But until that time, I don't know. It's just something that's just possible. It's just something a little anomalous there that we can't say conclusively what it is. Yes or no. You know, like, I mean, a lot of people, they just fucking take shit and run with it. Like the fucking pyramid at fucking Area 51 that you can see on Google. Well, if you take that and you actually go on Google Earth and stuff like that and you actually play around and look at it and stuff, it's not an actual pyramid and stuff. It's actually like more like a bunker and stuff. But if you know what that it is, because a lot of shit at fucking Area 51 is declassified now and stuff, that's the big blast fucking area. They blow a lot of fucking shit up and it's usually underground and stuff or whatever and stuff. So they have these mound-like things structured structures there, and it's been there for a long time. It's not a fucking alien landing fucking thing and fucking generating power or anything like that. You can clearly see there's a fucking metal door on it and shit. And it's fucking 3-sided and everything. And it's the military bases. They actually have bunker type things like that. And fucking gun ranges and shit like that all over the fucking country, probably all over the fucking world. It's a common style of fucking things when you're fucking in a blast area, a fucking shooting area and stuff like that, to build a fucking berm like that. That's all it is. It's a fucking berm.
It's a pyramid that generates energy. It's alien energy tapping into the grid. What's wrong with you?
Y'all can go and see it on Google Earth yourself. You can fucking get out on fucking Street View, basically, in fucking Area 51 now on Google Earth. It's fucking ridiculous. Again, you can't go there and stuff because they're doing stuff there. Again, people here on Earth, there's no evidence that there's aliens there, and the aliens are doing stuff or anything like that. Until we have actual evidence that it's plausible. Could
no,
be.
but Bob Lazar and John Mayer have a video from the tests that were going on there. There could have been anything at that fucking point.
Where?
It's aliens. No, we know they tested every night. What were they testing? Yeah, they could have been testing something. Sure they were. Was it alien technology or just that we're just smart as hell? That we've been a lot smarter, did a lot more with less. And that back then, the stuff that they try to attribute to these incredible aliens and gods and all this type of stuff were here
was us.
Us and taller us, maybe we were taller at some point. Or things were bigger.
Different things. That's all plausible. We could have
bigger heads, whatever.
Could have shrunk. Different, yeah. We know that those things, so far the DNA testing has not come back saying that the alien skulls that people say are alien skulls, the elongated skulls, we're going to say, because there's no actual evidence of that. They are just actually, so far.
And I have a actual friend who is an actual archaeologist. He's been all over the world and all kinds of pyramids and tombs and everything, and he will be on here at some point. And these are actual people actually touching this stuff, and they do the investigating and digging it up.
Try and actually go to some of these places and stuff. Like I
see
said,
it for yourself too.
I'm dabbling in Egyptian and fucking Incan and fucking Sumerian fucking writings and stuff like that. So I'll be able to go there and show you. Okay, look at. This is what this fucking thing means right here. You see all these symbols? These symbols, this is definitive because we see this repeated over and over. It all means this right here.
It don't mean those from whence
and then I'm going to show you the things that people take out like ancient aliens, and they take it and they're like, this right here says that there was aliens and stuff by these things right here. And then you look at those glyphs and you're like, well, how come this glyph means over here? It means this. Means kitchen table. Or table. And, and this one means... Yeah, clay pot on a table over here, but over here it means a fucking alien fucking Vimana fucking flying saucer thing. What? Really?
For real?
For real, for real? But again, this one over here says that, yeah, he had some fucking, some stuff on a table. That's the table again, and the table word again. And it's, yeah. How do you get flying fucking shit out of that? What? You serious? I don't know. Again, here's the shit. You know, Vimanas and the fucking Indian flying Vimana thing and everything like that, and it came from this supposed Vimana text and everything. That shit was fucking proven fake almost 50 years ago now. 50 years ago. The fucking people of India are like, this is fucking some bullshit. We don't want this shit out there. You guys think we were flying before you were? If we was flying before you was, we would still be fucking flying. We could do some amazing fucking shit over here in fucking India and everything like that, but we didn't start flying until you guys started flying and everything like that. This is fucking bullshit. And back 50 years ago, they did a full-on study. They had fucking engineers and stuff like that from universities and everything put together what this Vimana text and everything is supposed to say these things were and everything. These things would have never even flown. They would have never even lifted off the ground with these propellers. This text is talking about these crafts had propellers on them. They were going to fly out of the atmosphere with propeller systems.
To other galaxies and solar systems.
Y'all ever flown on a plane with a propeller? Not jet engine, not average
I
fucking
have. I'm old
planes.
enough to say that I have.
Say you're old enough to actually
I've been on
gone to like an air show and seen planes with fucking propellers and stuff like that. Yeah, these things were flying cities.
There's a reason we barely use them now, except for like helicopters.
Flying cities flown by propellers. Mm-hmm. Yep. Just think about that one now.
Propellers.
Go and research it for yourself.
Maybe they had a whole bunch of like balloons. You ever see Up? Maybe they had the propellers on the bottom to steer, but they had the balloons at the top. They just didn't show that in the text.
Pretty strong balloons, because we don't even have any weather balloons can get actually fully out.
Dude, it worked it up. He used regular balloons.
He didn't go into outer space, though.
Yeah, but they probably use like a whole lot of like weather balloons, because everything's weather balloons anyway. So they probably use a lot of weather balloons.
Weather balloons filled
with
swamp
gas. They got intergalactic weather balloons with swamp gas. Wow. That's all. Just saying. Like some evidence. We'll keep looking for evidence. We haven't given up the hope. It's just that we're going back and looking at a lot of the stuff that we've talked about and what's been popular. And a lot of this popular stuff just doesn't add up. It doesn't make sense. And the stuff that's just getting spewed, just do some research. And maybe in that research and some of the research, there's still things that I find I still question. The Phoenix Lights is one that was very popular. And I've seen some stuff that tries to debunk it, but it was something that was
still a little. Yeah, again, some
that one was a little. But again,
put it on the scale of plausibility. It's not 100% evidence that it was aliens. It could have been something.
I believe it was something with more us. I've said it over the years anyways. I believe that.
I don't think it was what they say it was us. They say it was fucking flares or whatever and stuff. I don't think exactly it was that, but I don't know. Again, as I look at the evidence, I don't know. It might have been flares. It might have been them parachuting with flares. Might not have been. It might have been some new fucking testing some drones and fucking sinking shit. I don't know. But again, there's some of the stuff that still is on the plausibility that, okay, this is a plausibility that this might be some evidence towards that, but it's nothing conclusive.
Because again, too, why would they pull up? Why didn't these motherfuckers stop? Be like, yo, let's do some close encounters shit. Like, why would you make this big spectacle that everybody sees in fucking Arizona or wherever, Phoenix, wherever, how fucking long it was, wherever it was, and all these different spectacles that everybody sees, but they see something they can't identify. But it's not just some aliens literally pulling up like, what's good? We out here, son. What's going on? What y'all about? None of that. Supposedly Eisenhower. Supposedly
so all these
Nixon,
aliens keep on flying by. That's it. They just fly by because that's the other thing. Why don't everybody just sees it? Why don't y'all ever see them fucking landing?
And my favorite was, remember the old one, Take Me to Your Leader. Like, they started that shit a long time ago. Like, they just, why? So these aliens are so intelligent, they traverse the universe, and they come in, the first thing they think is, oh, let's go to
They land
DC.
in fucking Kansas, and they're like, hey, take me to your leader. Well, we got to drive, we'll get in my pickup, but we're going to take yours.
We're going to go see, because we go to Mayor Jenkins' house. He's up there yonder about a few miles up the road.
The sheriff?
Yeah, who do you want to see? The doctor? I mean, the mayor is probably the most powerful. Well, no, not him, the rich guy.
Here in Kansas, we live by the Bible, so I can't take you to see God right now. I don't want to die right now.
They don't pull up in none of them places. It hasn't happened. Oh, there's a whole bunch of stories about it happening.
They're smart enough to fly across the universe, but they don't know where our leaders are. And they don't know where to land when they get here.
That's why I think, like, crop circles is probably just graffiti. If anything, maybe they do come by and
they just
like,
fly by.
Go tag Earth, yo. Who got the dopest tag? And they probably have contests. Who did the dopest tag on Earth this year? Oh, it was the Beavians. Oh, it's me, Rather Martin. I want to thank you. Just saying. Where's it all at? I just want it to happen. I'm not against it. I believe in aliens. I would just like to see one. I'd like to just know that they're like, I'm gonna see a ray gun.
Anything is possible.
Take me for a ride. Show me this fucking Earth from space. Show me some of the universe. Bring a brother back. Be like, all right, cool. I ain't gonna tell nobody. Same thing with Bigfoot. I want to smoke a blunt with Bigfoot. I'm down to smoke a blunt with Bigfoot. Bigfoot's like, yo, we smoke a blunt. He's like, yo, I gotta tell you all the shit that now you know I'm real. You just can't go back and tell those motherfuckers because it's gonna create chaos. So I'll be like, cool. Dap them up and move on. Sorry. Tell my friends. Y'all wouldn't believe me anyway, see? Unless Bigfoot's like, yo, let's cheese, let's take some pictures, and Bigfoot's like, yo, put this on the gram, like, man, hashtag and shit like that, then cool. But it hasn't happened yet. I want it to happen. I hope it happens. I'd like to meet an alien like Paul, who smokes weed and is just chill and cool and shit and everything like that. That'd be awesome.
I'd like to see a ghost when I'm out here investigating and then go back again and see that ghost again. And if I can be like, hey, everybody look at, see, it's a ghost. So here, listen, you hear him? He's talking.
Still talking.
Love for that to happen.
Like,
love to fucking be out in fucking my telescope, fucking recording some shit in the sky, and all of a sudden there's a fucking UFO there, and it's clearly a definitive fucking UFO. Boop. Fucking nothing on this fucking Earth. And then the fucking aliens fly down, and I can see it, and fucking they get out, and they're like, hey, what's going on? And I'm like, yo, what's up? I was just fucking, looking up in the sky, seeing if I could find some fucking UFOs, and here you guys are.
Cool. So what's
like, yeah, they're like, what's this planet about, huh? flying by, checking it out. It looks pretty cool. A lot of life on it, huh? Yeah, well, you know, you got to be careful. There's a lot of
some
fucking
rules.
assholes.
There's some levels to this shit.
You got to be careful here and everything. You know, you might not want to hang out too long, but like I get some pictures so everybody else can fucking see and everybody else knows.
You got any cool tech you want to share? You got a replicator, a ray gun, lightsaber, anything? Super suit?
You know, clones. People talk about clones. Show me the fucking evidence. Show me it's real. Okay, yeah, we have evidence. There was evidence. They actually showed fucking pictures of a clone sheep and everything like that. Yes, I believe they probably do clone from some fucking shit and fucking private and everything like that. But where's the evidence that they're cloning fucking humans and everything? And there's humans running around fucking rapping and everything like that.
They got factories, like clone factories.
Clone factories. Well, where's the fucking evidence of
They
this?
making rappers in these clone
Besides
factories
this
now.
fucking rapper telling me that. And he got access to the fucking all the information about these other acts. He must have had one of them fucking tablets like fucking Corey Good has. One of them glass tablets with all the information. That's why he knew about that other dude who got out with him. That's how they knew about each other.
Even the time travelers, like they all come back with grainy videos and shit from the future.
About
Bring
it.
something back from the future.
It's the same thing with, okay, that clone dude, the Kid Boo here, and he's like, yeah, I got onto this fucking computer and I had all the information and everything I knew about it, got all the information about this whole place. That's how I know about this other dude and he's real and everything like that. The same story with all these people, because Corey Good is same thing. He had access on his fucking glass tablet to all this information. You're working for the secret space program and everything, and you're just some technician dude or whatever that can fucking channel, and you're not that fucking whatever, and there's people above you and stuff, but you have access to all the random people have these glass tablets with access to everything.
Well, we do too, though. I mean, I have an iPad in front of us, so maybe
you don't got access to fucking government documents.
Right,
and
but he
everything
had
and all
the
that,
special iPad before the iPad. It's just a glass iPad,
and you know, and then this fucking dude here, fucking, you know, it's the same story. Oh yeah, I had access to this information when I was in this. So you're breaking out of a clone thing. You hop on a computer. You got all this information about everybody in there. You just add all that access, and then you're out of the clone place, and they're not killing you yet. You're on YouTube and fucking Instagram and shit talking about it.
But I don't even think does he even rap about clone shit. Does he rap it about?
I don't know what he.
Like it made me just say he rapped about some.
I don't know what he raps about because he's a mumble rapper. So. People are running around. That's evidence. That's evidence right there. This shit's all real. No, that's definitely not evidence.
Sounds real cool.
Sound like a kid's story.
Yeah.
Sold a lot of records that week, I'm sure.
Probably more than he would have sold if he hadn't said anything, because I didn't even know what the fuck who he was or what he was.
Yep. Nobody knew who the fuck Kid Boo fucking Kid who? What?
Kid who?
I don't fucking had a clue who the dude was before that.
And all these time travelers, they all have grainy videos and grainy pictures. Like in the future,
dude comes
wouldn't
back
they have
and he's
some
showing
dope
us
shit?
video fucking on an iPad. How'd you get that video on the iPad?
Yeah. Well, I downloaded it when I returned because, like, what my favorite was listening to the dude talk about, oh, I had the information on a disc.
On a CD disc.
Now, he was talking about this in the 90s, and supposedly this was the year 2070 something he was in, and it had information on a disc.
On a disc.
Well, here it is, 2019.
We had it on an information
we don't
disc.
use
We don't even
discs
use
anymore.
discs or anything.
Oh, well, that's one of the whole thing that sparked a lot of this conversation was we were talking about Bill Cooper and him speaking on like the whole agenda, what he believed at first, and then at the end.
At the end, he totally and nobody ever talks about that. He totally changed his mind and said, "It's us. It's all us." He doesn't think that he didn't think that any of it was anything. He totally changed his thing, and he came to the conclusion, and that's what we talk about, how we found out about, because we didn't even know about we know about the whole Reagan speech where everybody cuts it off after a certain point and doesn't say the whole thing, but we didn't know that Reagan got that from a speech from the early 1900s until we saw the lost interviews with William Cooper and him talking about how he was tricked by our own government into thinking that all this stuff was real, and he says that none of it is fucking, none of these UFOs, none of this stuff is anything alien. It's all us. They've been planning this and talking about this for over 100 years.
And it's a mix of science fiction, a whole bunch of just
All
random
ways
stuff to keep
all
us
ways
distracted.
control us. Yeah, but I read fucking Behold a Pale Horse. I have the book. I read that shit when it first fucking came out in the 90s and everything like that. That's one of the first things that I read back in the day, and I still, up until recently and stuff, because I didn't even know about the Lost Interview until just recent research and stuff, and I was like, wait a minute. I was like, holy fuck. You know? I know he had some idea that some of the stuff that he was seeing, because he talks about it in that, and some of the interviews and some of the stuff, and he started to say a lot of stuff is us and everything that was going on, but he still didn't 100 until I saw that video where he's like, nah, I think all of it was us. I don't think any of it was fucking aliens. And that's when I was like, fuck, all this shit. Because, I mean, he says his book and his stuff, he's got some actual evidence, actual research and stuff, actual stuff that you can go and you can verify a lot of his stuff and everything. There's not a lot of debunked stuff that he said. Some of the stuff can be debunked that he said and stuff, like a lot of these things out there. But I think even him, after the time or whatever, he would have gone back and been like, well, no, I was just misled too myself and whatever. And seeing, that's why I think he was starting to say, I don't think that all this stuff was like that, because he was coming across all this evidence and turning around. And that's where I'm coming, where we started with this thing before we even saw his thing, and starting to say that yeah, he did. He saw all kinds of stuff when he was in the Air Force, he was in the Navy. He all kinds of stuff that he did with the military. You worked for the military government. He saw this stuff and everything coming out of the water. But if you go and if you can look that up, it's called The Lost Interview, William Cooper, and you can listen to him. And he talks about all this stuff that he was convinced near the end then of stuff through all his research and all his years of doing that and it pissed him off so bad, because he was there for his country. He believed he did everything he told him to do, all this stuff and everything, and followed him, and was, you know what I mean, a full patriot and all this stuff or whatever, and thought it was all real. And he realized that he was just part of their fucking game too. He was just all part of their thing and everything, and he realized that it was all us. It was all them, fucking everything that all these flying crafts, all this stuff. They have so much technology, so much shit. It's all us. There's no evidence that he said that it's actual aliens. Not any of the stuff that he has. Out of all the stuff, he has evidence that there's stuff happening. There was stuff going on, but none of this stuff was actually aliens. None of it is evidence that aliens have ever been here. It's evidence that there's some people, really smart people, and some of those people have, you know, control over other people and stuff like that.
And that they create all kinds of shit and make it seem like it's something that it most likely isn't. Not the idea that there's not aliens out there, just not the way that most of the stuff is presented, and most of the stuff that's supposed to be conclusive evidence is not conclusive evidence. It hasn't got to the point where all of us can literally say, yeah, we've seen an alien, we've touched a craft, we've seen a craft. It just hasn't happened. I don't understand.
Not everybody's gonna believe something 100%, even with fucking, like you say. If an alien fucking spaceship comes down right now and it lands on the White House lawn, they broadcast it across every fucking possible fucking media all around the world. Anyway, they fucking tell the people on Sentinel Island, tribal people, everybody fucking knows. Aliens, it's everywhere. Everybody. There's still gonna be a percentage of people who don't fucking believe it, even though the aliens just fucking walk by them. They're still not going to fucking believe it, okay? But there's a certain percentage point where it's no matter what, because not everybody's going to believe something 100% all the time. 100% of people are not going to believe everything and know everything, or even with the facts of it dead right in front of them happening. So, but there's a certain point. 75% of the people see it and believe it and know it's there, and the evidence is backed up and verifiable. It's a real thing. It's a real thing. Those other 25 people, again, we know that there's a lot of fucked up shit, a lot of crazy stuff going on with the fucking human mind. The human mind can be tricked very easily. There's all kinds of shows on TV, and fucking you can go and see shit on YouTube.
All kinds of sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand, sleight of fucking everything. You can trick the mind. I can type something right now. I don't remember all of them, and I'm not going to type it right now, but I could type something. You guys could read it and stuff, and you won't see certain words. I'll double type like it and you and stuff like that, and you'll skip right over it. The mind doesn't even pick it up until you say, hey, wait a minute. And you look and really look and research it and look at it and stuff and see the evidence that, oh, it's there. The mind can be tricked very easily. And a lot of these people talking about all this stuff and doing all this stuff, they know all that stuff. You know what I mean? They've studied this stuff. These people have been doing it. They put it out there. You know what I mean?
They create the chaos. They create all the theories. They create the backstories, the backdrop. We were listening to stuff about like the crystal skulls and how the family were paying people to create stories of this thing and what it's worth and everything. And you come to find out the crystal skulls is bullshit. There were just a lot of smart people. A lot of people had times on their hands to create these incredible stories.
We're all so evil, devious fucking people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's just part of the human
root of
nature
it's always
and everything.
money.
We have, you know, it's part of human nature. It's part of us. You know what I mean? You have to learn to control those emotions and stuff like that. And ego, power, hungry things is, you know, it's obviously a problem and issue on this planet. And some people have figured out how to fucking use that power and stuff and control shit for a very long time. And there's a long pile high full of evidence of that.
And all we did was give them more tools to do it with. That's all. We just live in an age where it's just easier for them to do it.
Yeah, we do. Basically, we don't. I mean, fucking. They don't even really have to do a lot now and shit. We just do a lot of it on our own and stuff because they've tricked us into fucking doing all kinds of shit and everything and getting fucking people to do shit. There's a lot of evidence of that. Is there aliens behind them controlling that? I guess we could say it's plausible, but there's no actual factual fucking evidence conclusive to fucking say that there's reptilians fucking controlling the world or Anunnakis or any of these alien fucking races. Anybody say fucking lizard peoples and shit like that fucking controlling these fucking people. The queen's a lizard fucking person and shit like that. There's no fucking actual evidence of that, everything. All those pictures of her fucking where they fucking the eyes and stuff all can be fucking proven that it's not real. Fucking camera angles, everything like that. Everything. None of it is fucking actual evidence until you show me the fucking queen turn into a fucking lizard right before my eyes.
Yep.
Right before everybody. She says, and again, fucking these people, why would they have the power to travel across the goddamn fucking universe, okay? Travel. Just go back after the show, Crystal, and you'll hear
you have to
David.
go back and listen. We've already kind of
we
talked about
touch
that.
on all these people, basically. So they can, these fucking reptilians that have the capability to travel across the fucking universe and get here and stuff like that, and then they're gonna pretend to be a little old fucking lady and stuff like that, when they could just fucking show them true selves and fucking all their technology and power and stuff and enslave us that way.
Make us do whatever the fuck they wanted us to do. No, they want to trick us and just be wealthy amongst us and everything and just kind of chill. And
yeah, that makes a whole lot more fucking sense.
Like, even if we were food, if you were hello, we hunt. We look what we do to food. Look how we produce
if we were food to them, they would just come here, fucking corral us and fucking treat us like cattle. They would literally artificially inseminate the women and fucking use the guys for fucking studs and everything like that, and then kill them, fucking raise them meat and everything. It would just be a cattle fucking farm. They wouldn't need us to fucking live in fucking cities and pretend we have lives and do all that shit. We would be like a fucking cattle farm.
Just saying.
That's it. Really think about that shit.
It all sounds really good, but where's the evidence? For the stuff that you're asking about, like the above majestic, all that type of stuff, it all sounds really, really good. It sounds like great science fiction. I've read a lot of comic books, seen tons of movies. I'm almost 50 years old. Love all that stuff, but that's what it really reads
evidence.
to.
It's a story. It's David Wilcock and Corey Good. I got insider information.
I got regressed. I worked on Mars. I was in a secret military program.
If you watch it and
not
you listen
really my age.
Go and watch any David Wilcock's Corey Good thing. David Wilcock sits there and asks scripted fucking questions, pointing fucking Corey where to go and what to say and stuff like that. Never actually probing any real details, any real information.
And it's never been accurate about shit.
Nothing. Never
and
been
most
accurate.
of it's just regurgitated, recited
they're
shit.
Accurate. Okay, eat healthy. Eat a good fucking diet. You don't be, vegan, vegetarian, and stuff like that. Be good to the planet. Be peaceful. Meditation, stuff like that is good. They're like 30-70. 30%, okay, good, peace, love, and stuff like that, and everything like that. Consciousness, certain things like that. The other 70% of it is fucking bullshit. They just want you to get fucking their money. They just want your money.
Well, we're glad you're enjoying it, Chris. Well, that's what we've been. Yeah, this is the stuff we've been talking about all night. Anyway, this is what we talk about every week. It's just we've gone back, we've looked at all this stuff and all these people, and again, I've traveled. We go to the conferences. That's why
we're investigators, paranormal investigators. We're investigating all this stuff, researchers. Just because we found and we thought this was before, and that's what we used to think and everything. But then again, like I said, if you go back and listen to the whole show earlier and everything, you'll get the whole story and everything, and get to where we are right now. So. Yeah, he totally leads the questions, totally leads the story, all the stuff that fucking Corey says. It's just none of it makes fucking sense at all. Like, oh, I fucking just get my memories. Do you know what it would be like to get all of a sudden get 20 fucking years of memories back? Like, just think about it. Think about what your fucking head would go like. Where the fuck that would go. Just think about all the memories in your head that you've lost, and then if you all of a sudden got all that memory back, what it would be like. Does he get the fucking sense of smell, the sense of all the senses?
But as soon as he got but once he got that memory back too, wouldn't they take him somewhere and take the memory away, or just get rid of him? Like, why that guy? If all this stuff is going on, all these things, why this guy? That just doesn't make sense.
And they just let him go out. He's vacationing with his family, and David Wilcox getting married and posting about it. It's a big
vacations everywhere,
and all this stuff. And
but, they don't want to silence him or anything. They don't care that he's telling all this stuff.
They don't worry. They ain't worried about it. They don't got security on them. Nothing. They ain't worried about anything. But anytime they get the flu or they got to go to the hospital because they're in a car accident, they try to spin it like, oh, they were trying to take us out tonight.
They'd be easy to take out. They're everywhere.
So every time somebody, because now I'm talking about this stuff and I do this, and we've been doing this stuff for 5 years. So if I get in a car accident, if I get in a car accident, does it mean somebody's trying to take me out? I had the flu recently. Were they trying to poison me?
Uh-oh. He's got to weed through all the bullshit. It all sounds really good. There's no fucking proof, no evidence of it, nothing.
It does. You just got to look at it. How many books has fucking David Wilcox sold? How many fucking videos, movies, and appearances does he get paid for and all this stuff?
I'd be more likely to leave
Go and listen, like Captain we talked Kirk about really it earlier, and you can see my post on Instagram and stuff where I posted up a little bit and stuff from, it's a thing from the early 90s, and David Wilcox is talking. It's similar stuff, but it's a completely different story and bullshit before he was with Corey Good and everything, and you can tell it's David Wilcox. And he's been doing this for a long fucking time and fucking trying to fucking tell stories. All these people, David Icke and fucking Richard Childress there or whatever, or David Childress, whatever the fuck his name is, and fucking
he's the reincarnation of Edgar Casey.
Yeah, David Wilcox is the reincarnation of Edgar Casey. Yeah, fucking.
And Saddam Hussein thought he was Nebuchadnezzar. Everybody got all these stories, all these elaborate, crazy stories, and all the. Just go listen to his timeline about shit what was supposed to happen that's never happened. All these dates, all these predictions, all these people have, they never fucking come true.
Supposed to happen. All this stuff
never comes true.
He says it's happening, that he doesn't have any evidence that it's
disclosure was supposed to happen in 2018. We were supposed to find out everything, but no, now it's going to happen in 2019. Everything's coming together. QAnon, Trump.
No, the recent one is everything. 2020. 2020. Everything's going to happen in 2020.
Oh, it's 20 now.
Yeah.
Oh, they moved it to 20. Okay. Gotcha.
And that's where you got to see, like, oh, let me see if I can find it and do it real quick. I had this thing at 16, it's like red flags and stuff. Fucking how you spot shit.
This may come in handy for folks who listen to all this stuff and watch all these people. And we're not just picking on CW and CG, or no, DW, CG, or any of these people. There's just a whole ton of people out here who are into this stuff, and it all sounds great. It's all great science fiction, but where's the facts? That's all we're saying. All these investigators, if you want to investigate, the door is always open to keep investigating. None of this until... I don't want to drag a Bigfoot body. Like I said, I'd rather go smoke a blunt with Bigfoot, have a cool conversation if he's out there. I've had my experiences. I've had ghost experiences. I've seen what I think are UFOs, but I have not actually seen an alien that I know is an alien who's like traversed the universe and got some incredible shit going on. Haven't had that happen yet. Believe in demons.
We're gonna go over.
Believe in a lot. I might even be a fucking interdimensional traveler. That's a long story, Crystals. You'd have to understand the history why we've been doing this so long, and my brain surgery and dying and coming back and stuff, and I might be me from another universe, but that's a whole other story for another day.
Yeah, I can't find it. I'll have to go back and find it, but it's a whole thing, and the 16 red flags to tell if somebody's fucking controlled opposition or just a complete fucking shill troll fucking peddling their bullshit for fucking their own whatever reasons.
Yeah, coast to coast, all this stuff. And it's the problem with most of these shows and all this stuff that's still going on. The same regurgitated shit.
There's a clip, and I posted a little clip of it on the fucking Instagram, and you can go and you can find it and listen to it after we're done here, because we just finished the last blunt, so we're finishing up. But there's a clip from the early 90s of Art Bell, Coast to Coast AM.
No, it's midnight.
That was midnight. Yeah,
whatever
okay.
the show. Yeah, whatever.
Whatever, but... And it's Art Bell and stuff, and David Wilcock calls in and he says he's fucking a time traveler and he works at Area 51 and all this fucking bullshit. Something. And it's before all this stuff, and he predicts this earthquake's gonna happen and a whole bunch of this stuff, and he says a whole bunch of bullshit.
And the aliens are gonna come down.
He can't even get his own fucking year when he comes from right and stuff, and he doesn't say his name or anything, but you can tell that he's fucking... It's David Wilcox. And then a few years later, in the early 2000s and stuff like that, like 99, 2000, 2002, he started to pop up onto more of those things, starting his thing. And then his book came out in 2003, and then he just was everywhere on the scene after that. But his story just keeps on fucking changing.
It keeps changing.
So
you have to keep changing it.
Yep. So the last blunt has been smoked. And that's it for the show tonight.
If you haven't subscribed, it's your first time listening, please subscribe. We do this every Thursday night, but sometimes we pop on random times on the week and do random shows. You can follow us on all social media. There's 2 Instagram accounts. There's Paranormal Hood Live Radio, which is what you're on right now, and then there's this Paranormal Hood. We have a Facebook fan page, Twitter, Pinterest. We don't have a MySpace, but we're everywhere. So subscribe, follow, tell your friends. Come back next week or next time we're on. And we'll be talking some more paranormal stuff. It'll be another topic, another night. Till then, peace and love. We out.